Show some emotion here. All right, well, there you have it. Mata defeats Fraud to 5-2, so that, of course, will give NRG that advantage. But today, folks, our top 4 becomes a top 2. Week 3 of VCT Americas is kicking off right now.
Every time I play NRG, I'm very excited. They are the reigning world champion, but you know, I can't think about that too much. I think my team is pretty good themselves.
Tem bastante informação, desce de novo. Tá bem no jogo, começando bem demais. E o Tex leva 4-2-0 MIBR.
MIBR.
Live and open.
It looks like the best roster.
Am I live, chat? Yes or no?
We're gonna have to give it our all to beat them.
Now trying to look for something. Scuba untouched and unbeatable.
Other people calling us like the super team. It doesn't
Yes,
really put
okay.
any pressure on me. It kind of fuels us. We actually put in the work to be insane.
I would say a close game. We're both very talented. They were our hardest match in all of last year, so it's gonna be a really good game.
All right, let's go ahead and bring out your first squad. Here's MIBR. And MIBR, a team that has had so much hype in this kickoff because of just the sheer amount of skill that is on this team Dryad. It is absolutely absurd. You have talent across the board, and it feels like they're showing no signs of stopping. We did a whole pre-show. We didn't even talk about Zekken. Good Lord.
Insane. I mean, just thinking and even seeing him still with that MIBR
it's
uniform.
jarring.
It's insane. I love the way this team ended up forming, just having that core of 2024 Lev with those 3 players, with plus Zekken, plus Verno as that experienced IGL is just as good as it gets.
Yeah.
I think we saw a lot from MIBR when they played last time, and it was really proving how it is. And so NRG, they're coming out next, GB.
That's right. Your world champions, NRG. And this is a squad that's looking to very much make a statement here. You want to get hype about this MIBR team. You want to give them all the love and all the flowers and everything else. Screw that. These are the world champs. They have a point to prove here today, Myrna. That's the thing that I'm looking out for.
For sure. They've shown a lot of what they can do in that last game versus C9, and now they're kind of going up against these superstars. We're trying to see a lot of that confidence and a lot of that game plan because they look almost near perfect, man. Their gameplay is kind of flawless.
Yeah, and I think the player to watch for me is Brock, coming off his MVP performance, and you know he's built like a brick wall in person, and he feels like a brick wall in game. So I feel like MIBR's biggest struggle is to get through him and make sure he has a bad game, which I don't think is possible.
I love that he gets down.
Good morning.
And he proves everybody wrong every single time. I mean, that last match, 3 clutches as well that he was getting on Pearl, it's just been so good for him.
Yeah, let's take a look at the series layout here. We got Abyss, Split, and if necessary, we're taking a trip to the sunny beaches of
Welcome
Breeze
back.
to decide this. What do we think
Welcome
of this series layout?
I
back
think this makes sense. The
to
only
NRG
questioning is NRG
versus
split. I don't think we've seen either teams play split so
MIBR,
far,
a
but
big
this definitely makes
freaking
sense. We saw both
game
these teams play
of the
NRG
day.
had a really good showing against
We got a
MV,
big game
but
underwear,
they were
chat. We got a
solid.
big,
I'm sorry,
big,
MIBR.
big,
Oh my
big
God,
game
where?
underwear.
MIBR
What
had a
is
really
up?
good
What
start
is
to the
up? What
game.
is up?
They looked really solid. They knew their game plan. They kind of had it all.
Yes,
set.
sir. I'm back.
I'm wondering if they can even
We are back.
play to that because now you have
MIBR versus NRG. Let us freaking go.
Abyss.
For this map of Abyss is going to be interesting because it changes so much to what we saw
Coffee लाने गया था, मुंह धोने गया था. I'm back.
On the attack side, they play a lot more slower, and Verno having a lot more slower calls than you see from Ethan.
So क्या आया नहीं बनता है बस लेटा था.
Ethan, he's going for a lot of those 5-man hits. He knows how aggressive to get.
सो नहीं पाया.
Obviously, that challenges that we saw last week on the other side for MIBR, where they're still
आसपास on Jet.
that slows down that
Zekken
aggressive
Astra
push,
अभी से
and
क्या?
on top of that, you have a Verno that is ready to react for whatever side.
Yeah, and building on
पहला
what
map
you
क्या
said,
अभी से?
I think both attack style IGLing is very similar on both teams. Both very simple, but both teams have incredible util. So it doesn't matter how simple or whatever insane strat they run. They can run anything, and their utils.
It's like you don't have to get too complex with the playbook when you have pieces that are just so effective like this here. And here's the Aegis on the other side for NRG. Here we got the Waylay, we got the Taeho out here as well. What do you think of this?
Dude, Ethan's like a Taeho main now. I feel like he pulls it out every map.
I really like this, honestly. I mean, it reminds me of what we saw for them for the opening match with that Waylay finding those
अबे मैप क्या है पहला बताओ अभी सी है अरे बेशरम लोग बता रहे नहीं हो देख रहे नहीं हो क्या मैच उड़ जाओ मूव धो के आ जाओ हैं मूव धो के आ जाओ चैट में रहो जरा जिंदा सॉम किधर है घर पे बैठा है मैच देख रहा है
That's right, it is time.
अरे माँ ये क्या दाढ़ी की है भाई ने
MIBR versus NRG. Everybody's been waiting for this match. If we
भाई के दाढ़ी पे जितने बाल है उतने तो बिंग्स भाई के बचे हुए हैं
The super team still an unknown versus our champion.
Yeah, the proven team being NRG, and at this point, you just heard what Mata was mentioning before. It was probably the hardest matchup that they had throughout the whole 2025.
ऐसे कमेंट्स मुझे बैकफायर ना कर ले चैट
A nail biter of a series that had to be won in 2
कहीं किसी दिन मैं ही ऐसा ना बन जाऊं अरे M4 boy यार हुडी का फोटो भेज यार कैसा लग रहा है देखने दे मेरे को भी
This time NRG comes in with a whole different composition. No more Harbor for Ethan, but at this time, and as you see how NRG's been playing, there are advantages and exploiting this Taeho and Waylay.
MIBR starting on
hello.
NRG is going to hover towards that B side first, seeing Tex usually left on
Discord का है Okay, never mind. बाद में देखते हैं ये राउंड के बाद.
Second start to trend over, but this mid control is big right now for MIBR.
Shot scuba. Okay, attack कर रही है NRG chat.
Slight bit of default as the rest of NRG goes back and forth to see what they can see at the sites, and now they switch the sides of the map, but the push isn't over. Verno still looking for space, looking to get this trade for his teammate as NRG sets up towards the A side.
ये कौन बैठा है? ये scuba ही बैठा है माँ कसम.
Two for Scuba already, and we haven't even really started the round, Vans.
Just really opens up the map. Look at Mata at the same time. While Scuba's just doing God's work at middle, they're just going back and forth.
अकेला B पे भाई.
So right now, all the objectives are being taken by NRG to have a very strong start in this pistol. And you talked about Tex having to play on the island quite often. He's going to use these cyber cages as one-way smokes and try to slow things down for a bit and go for the hero play.
Oh my God, Scuba पागल भी गले क्या भाई? क्या हो गया इसको?
Scuba, are we ending breeze from
पागल भी गले हो गया क्या भाई?
My God, he continues, and the whole team is basically packing sheriffs and ghosts. So as they line up to get these final kills, Vans, it should be enough damage coming through.
Call's already out there for Ethan to have Scuba continue to go for a hunt. I mean, that's 3 shots.
Liz, bro, what?
I mean, that's 3 bullets in a row.
Bro, what?
Already pissed around looking for the ace for Scuba.
With basically 100% aim on all of them. He's just going to wait it out. Let's see, Brock's going to be the sentry for him to search. Scuba with the shot. The backup Mata! And it's the ace for Scuba to start it off.
अरे थम जा भाई अरे अभी गेम शुरू हुआ है मेरे भाई अभी गेम शुरू हुआ है क्या हो रहा भाई तेरे को
Scuba, who has been unstoppable here in the VCL, going into this stage 2 of Americas and also helping NRG hoisting that champs trophy in 2025.
Come on, boy.
We're already going to call it easy.
Yeah. Definitely no question about the Scuba skill. Oh,
that's okay.
Well, did I curse that? Was that like an insult?
Bro, he aced, bro. नहीं मिस किया ना.
उसने हग दिया स्मोक और देखो अभी. Situation.
Oh, got the shots.
Slight ping, giving the rest of the team time to run free across the map here. They just don't know it yet. As the smoke round के बाद. We see MIBR trying to get something going here on the side.
ज़्यादा hype हो गया भाई.
While Mata falls, this should
still be आज MIBR एक real team के against खेल रही है.
Yep.
आज पता चलेगा कि MIBR ने cook किया है या वो
नहीं मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ भाई they are gonna get cooked.
हाँ 100% NRG wins.
Yep.
As he actually threw those salvos back towards Trolla under that bridge in case you still had Tex playing in that spot. So now everything's just in pristine position to play a second round for the side of NRG. The interesting part about this too for MIBR, especially on Abyss, they could jump out of the map. go back into the next round, but very similarly to the last time when they had to play an eco against NRG.
Oh, look at the flank. Look at the flank. MIBR. Verno gets one, gets two. Okay.
They come in from the backside.
2v3.
Team tries to hit the site
Okay.
head on.
Okay.
From that heaven drop, and it looks like it's going to be too much util across the spike for them.
2v1?
As they look for a bit more damage, a bit more armor, half on the spike.
Yeah, that was a good eco, bro. भाई वो सारे regions में सबसे ज़्यादा आवाज पैसिफिक का होता है, फिर उसके बाद में EMEA का, और सबसे कम अमेरिका का. ऐसा क्यों?
आवाज मतलब
गेम हाँ
बहुत
है ना. इन लोगों का सिस्टम ही अलग है भाई.
Opponent down, which was Zekin trying to get that defuse. You see right there, ADS, easy kill. So we see
team region है.
Yeah, Bonkar's not throwing.
भाई 4 team हर साल.
There you go. The cyber.
ओ भाई सब टाइम आउट आ गया है MIBR का ना.
Took quite a bit to get it out of the boys on that one.
Is that a time out or tech pause? Tech pause है भाई.
हर्ष भाई वो दिन तुमको पता है कम से कम 1.5 घंटा टेक पॉज था.
है?
हाँ भाई मतलब टेक पॉज के बीच में राउंड हो रहे थे. एक राउंड हुआ टेक पॉज, एक राउंड हुआ टेक पॉज. भाई कैजुलिट का पूरा पीसी चेंज कर दिया, नया पीसी.
ओए ये रिप्ले देख रहा. ओ बेशरम क्लिप देख रहा अपनी. देखा? ये क्या शॉट है भाई. DRS देख रहा है बेशरम.
क्लिप करके रख सकते होंगे सीधा.
क्या मालूम DRS कर रहा था वो. रे माँ ये सब कर सकते थे, नहीं पता था मेरे को.
स्कूबा ने अपने आँख के सामने से बाल हटा लिए.
माड़ा का नाम माड़ा क्यों है? अबे उसका नाम एडम है. ऐसा एक और बंदे का नाम है रेलिक्स नहीं साइलर रेलिक्स ऐसा कुछ. तो एक और कोई तो ओजी लेजेंड है जिसका नाम उल्टा है, R से कुछ तो है. बताओ जरा क्लच भाई. कोई तो लेजेंड है जिसका नाम भी ऐसा ही है, माड़ा जैसे, उल्टा नाम रियल नाम जैसे, R से कुछ है. क्या नाम है उसका?
They need an upper hand.
यार.
And the same thing goes for MIBR.
Ryler, Skyler.
नहीं ना यार. Surrounding the super team that's built is, oh my God, Seconds there, but will he play duelist? Can he play duelist?
Skyler.
नहीं.
बहुत लोगों का है पता है.
नहीं ये कोई तो लेजेंड है जिसका मुझे सबसे पहले पता चला था.
Definitely be a fun series to watch over right now between these two teams.
किसी को नहीं पता चैट में.
We'll see how it's going to go, but at least earlier today we got to speak with Mara and what it's like to face against Aspas in the server.
अबे ये तो बड़ा टेक पॉज है bro.
I think the hard games are the ones that you learn the most from. Aspas is, I mean, the most world-class player you can be, so you always learn a thing or two. He kills you on an angle, he kills you here, he kills you there. You learn these things, and you also see what you're doing that is like working because it works against him or their teammates or anyone else on the team. So it's always playing against better teammates.
Word. Nice answer. Low volume, bro. This is literally the full volume, bro. Yeah, America's का problem है भाई.
There was a timeout. What they do? Come out of the timeout with an operator on Aspas. Everything was okay again.
Yeah,
it's just the way it goes.
And that's the thing. Aspas has found tremendous form again, going from last year into champs, and then continues it on into 2026. So
yeah,
he's definitely a menace to deal with. You saw it when he played against NV last week. They just gave him freedom of being able to work down towards wherever he wanted to go on solo, because he was playing Waylay with an op on the attack side, defensive side, whatever you want to do, and he's just going to land that shot. So to have the opportunity to see such a superstar in Aspas to play against Mata
what happened between Clutch and Flick? भाई लोग मत ये बार-बार स्पैम करो. जो है वो आपस में देख लेंगे, जो है वो आपस में सुलटा लेंगे. They are matured enough. They are matured people. तो क्लच भाई क्या आपने ड्यूक का सिल्वर वेरिएंट देखा?
सिल्वर वेरिएंट? भाई
अभी आया, चैट को भी दिखा रहा हूं. रुको तुम भी देखो मेरा स्ट्रीम. जल्दी से जल्दी चैट देखो. देख रहे हो? Are you watching?
शार्ली में खुद ही सर्च कर लिया था.
So guys, KTM Duke 250
Chat, how is it?
नया कलर लॉन्च किया है KTM ने.
तो
ऑरेंज कलर आता है, ब्लू आता है, ब्लैक आता है. तो
ब्रो दे से कि मतलब इन वीडियो ये थोड़ा ओके ओके लग रहा है, लेकिन इन रियल लाइफ ये फायर लगता है मेरे को। ऐसा बहुत मिड लग रहा है ब्रो। इसके बदले तो ब्लैक तो चलो अभी कॉमनली देख लिया मैंने। मेरे को ऑरेंज बहुत पसंद है, ये जो ऑरेंज होता है ब्रो। इन फ्यूचर ना क्लच भाई, जब मेरे पास एक एडवेंचर बाइक होगी ना और मेरे को सेकेंडरी बाइक कोई लेनी होगी, तो ठीक है मैं सुपर बाइक तो लेनी, जितना इतना खर्चा तो नहीं करूंगा, ठीक है। मैं लूंगा भाई ड्यूक। यप। और सबसे पहले तो एडवेंचर लेंगे। हाँ
एडवेंचर तो आएगी यही साल
इंशाल्लाह। अच्छा अरे नहीं और भी चीजें है भाई।
मतलब इस साल आनी चाहिए भाई, ये साल दोनों की बाइक आनी चाहिए।
तुम्हारा क्या आएगा क्लच भाई बताओ।
नहीं पहले
पीसी
पीसी तो आ जाए भाई हर्ष भाई यार, मतलब 3 लाख रुपए की जरूरत है।
अच्छा कल से टाइटल रखो,
कल से नीचे लग जाएगा।
याजो थैंक यू फॉर द रीस्पॉन्सर भाई, वेलकम बैक टू द पाव गैंग। क्लच भाई ये कोई नहीं
that was attempted to get built by the organization of MIBR with Fraud as the main coach, but also bringing in Happy as the assistant coach. 2 now CS legends from 1.6 to CSGO to now this. It's crazy to see how much effort has been put into this roster for MIBR for this year, and now to see that you have
PC है बाइक जीतना। True
and Mazino and Tex to see him reunited again, and why maybe some people that were doubting Tex in the past, well, they got 3rd place at champs in 2024 with that roster with Tex in there. So if Tex is able to find that,
oh ऐसा भी है क्या मन्नत भाई, ये नहीं पता था मेरे को। Touch man, which bike are you looking for baby?
There's so many good voices on that game.
ओ तुम भी हाईनेस नहीं, बट बंटा हाइटेड बंदरों पे हाईनेस नहीं सूट होती
भाई। नहीं तो ट्रायम्फ
कौन सी?
नहीं ट्रायम्फ बोल रहा हूँ, ये अपनी हार्ले डेविडसन 440।
पता नहीं मतलब कभी टेस्ट ड्राइव लो।
हार्ले डेविडसन चलाई है मैंने।
ओके
अच्छी लगी मेरे को हाईनेस भी अच्छी लगी भाई। आई मीन हाँ सही बोल रहे, छोटी है थोड़ी,
नहीं मतलब
अच्छी लगी मेरे को भाई।
देख लो हाँ अच्छी तो है। बानू भाई ने 70 रुपए दिया, लिखा ड्यूक के लिए डोनेशन। अरे थैंक यू रे,
650 देखिए क्या?
थैंक यू सो मच मेरे भाई फॉर द 70
भाई।
देखते रुको
भाई IRL देखना कभी भाई, क्या फाड़ दिखती है वो बाइक।
ओह नाइस। सुपर मीटियोर 350 भी आती है ना?
क्या पता यार, मैं तो 650 देखी है भाई। मेरे जिम में ना हर्ष भाई सुबह 6 बजे ना एक गैंग आता है वर्कआउट करने, और वो पूरे गैंग के पास ना अलग अलग कलर में है 650। भाई गोल्स ना भेंडी, और मतलब लाइन से खड़े करते हैं एक साइड, और सब लोग साथ में वर्कआउट करते हैं, और भाई वाइब है वो लोग।
क्रेजी। गोरिल्ला 450 तो गोटेड है भाई।
बट फट्टे महंगी बाइक है हर्ष भाई, 5 लाख की आती है। हाँ तो 4 लाख 5 लाख की रेंज में रहती है।
बाइक ले रहे हर्ष भाई? नहीं रे, बस बात चल रही है। टेक पॉज का क्या रीजन है, क्या पता रीजन क्या है ब्रो टेक पॉज का?
हाँ वही एग्जैक्टली। वो दिन भी ना कोई सबका चल रहा था, सब लोग खेल रहे थे और 1 घंटे तक टेक पॉज था, फिर बाद में बोलते हैं कि कैजरेट का पीसी गया था। Oh my god.
Oh hell nah bro.
Oh my god bro.
ना आरवी को कर। आज के मैचेस याद करने दो।
आज T1 जीता बे?
Bro, T1 bro, that was a freaking game in itself bro. It was a cinema. That was a good game, beautiful game.
T1 जीती?
Yup, T1 won. इसने टेक्सचर ने बहुत मारा था पहले, but and Varel versus DRX bro, that was a disappointing game. DRX shat, but somehow won. And
2-1.
Team Liquid versus Fnatic bro. Fnatic cooked. और भाई कैसे कैसे मोमेंट्स, कैसे कैसे क्लच ना, मजे आ गए। और जैंटेक्स हैकरेटिक्स में बहुत बहुत क्रेजी क्लचेस थे इसमें भी।
भाई तो मतलब फिक में जेनजी सीधा लोअर ब्रैकेट,
और हैकरेटिक्स भी लोअर ब्रैकेट है आई गेस।
ए हैकरेटिक्स हार गई।
यप।
ओ हेला ब्रो।
बाय द वे कल वाइटैलिटी भी 2-0 हारी है बीबीएल से। ब्रो बीबीएल इज गोना मेक इट
भाई। बीबीएल तो कुक कर रही है।
Tomorrow do we have G match? No, tomorrow we have Pyaparexo versus RRQ. NS versus Full Sense is a fight, bro.
भाई वो गेम होगा यार, सही में मजा आएगी। इनका
Okay.
कल राउंड 3 है ना?
कल अमेरिकाज is Skip is me.
क्या अमेरिकाज में?
Loud E versus EG and Crew versus Lev. I skipped that.
I don't have the mids.
We're gonna watch DFM versus Global Esports. We're gonna watch DRX versus T1. Yeah, let's go.
EMEA में क्या है कल मैच?
EMEA नहीं है, तो I feel कल we will gaming in evening. I feel gaming in evening chat. All right, WWF.
भाई फिर DFM G 1 तारीख को।
Bro, big freaking game, big freaking. Oh, are we supposed to do that together, baby?
Which baby? Final ना?
No. February 1.
February 1.
How can we do final together? You know, no now.
ना. Oh my
I am
God,
a podcaster.
But 1 को क्या है bro?
1 को DFM versus Global.
तो वो क्या together?
Why not? Big game. It's grand finals.
हाँ तो मतलब together मतलब घर में together ना?
Yep.
हाँ तो you coming? We doing bro?
I coming.
We in.
Yep. Swapnil with the huge 200. कोई gaming and streaming name suggest कर दो. By the way, love your streams. I don't think so. Let's see, bro. Let's see. कोई गेमिंग एंड स्ट्रीमिंग नेम सजेस्ट कर दो। बाय द वे लव योर स्ट्रीम्स ब्रदर। भाई एक बंदे का नाम स्वप्निल है, तो उसको गेमिंग एंड स्ट्रीमिंग नेम कैसे बताए हम लोग?
स्वप्निल बैंग बैंग।
ब्रो शट अप। स्वप्निल स्वैप 1 2 3 स्वाइप Wipe Nalli.
Welcome back to VCT Americas. Hope is on the horizon. I know you still see pause on
Swap.
the screen, but we should almost be there to recap.
Swap_Neil.
Believe it or not, an ace first round. Coming out with beautiful share shots. The last one, the team throwing themselves into the fire.
Swap.
And they came out strong, and then a second round where they actually took quite a bit of damage on their gun.
चलो गया.
They suffered a bit.
A great response from MIBR. Came down to a 1v1 towards the
I swap speed.
यार
sees nobody there from the side of KO. So that's the call right now for Aspas. You see the jiggles coming through. The camera stays up right now for Tex.
GF swap.
Back on the B side hit from NRG.
स्वप्निल कुमार गेमिंग चैनल YouTube.
High trip.
Yep.
Just to make sure nothing crazy going into the site.
Oh, what is happening? Full buy round on MIBR for the first time.
भाई खाली वाली
And
ट्रिप लगाया
oh
था.
my god, Tex is 1 HP and is died. Bro, वो तेजू नेड खाया और मूली खाया, मर गया भाई बिना कुछ. What is that spam? NRG cooking. NRG RIP. Thank you so much Swapnil for the huge 200 मेरे भाई.
मैप पे भी सॉम की याद आ गई बे.
Yep. साला हार्बर जब बफ नहीं था तभी खेलते थे, जब से बफ हुआ है कोई तो चाइनीज टीम खेली एक.
भाई चाइना का VCT देखना चालू करना चाहिए बे.
हाँ फिर तो मेरे को लगता है मेरे को जिंदगी बाजू में ही रख देनी चाहिए।
भाई अरे माँ कसम क्या ही तो होता है वहाँ पे। क्लिप्स देखता हूँ ना
Bro, but what is happening? NRG won their bonus like that. और 2 किल बिना बंदे को देखे मिले हैं क्लच भाई।
उधर कीको ने हेवन पे निकल के मार दिया ना 2। हेवन पे निकला वो। आसपास को देखे तुम स्मोक थ्रू कितना लगा।
हाँ वही आसपास उधर ही मर गया ना, वही तो बोल रहा हूँ। और एक टेक्स मरा साइड पे।
भाई उसका ट्रिप देखो ना, अरे माँ आसपास ने मारा नहीं।
ब्रो मेरी नेक इंजर्ड हो गई है। मेरी नेक इंजर्ड हो गई है।
क्यों नेक इंजर्ड हुई भाई तुम्हारी?
ऐसा देख के हमको ब्रो अपन भाई बहुत अंडर एस्टिमेट करता हूँ भाई मैं वर्कआउट को।
अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हो?
हाँ बॉडी को बहुत ये करता हूँ मैं। आई एम अनग्रेटफुल ब्रो, आई डोंट डिजर्व दिस बॉडी।
This time it's the active camera from Tex.
No, you definitely deserve that body only, bro.
A lot of teams still very comfortable playing this double initiator, but also
I don't move enough, bro. I don't have motion.
Be able to get out. So that's Tex with the camera. Or on energy side, it should just be the Waylay dashing in.
Eco round on MIBR.
भाई NRG को तो ये मैप एकदम अच्छे से अब वो हो गया होगा। कमबैक खा चुके थे इस पे almost.
Which is your energy cutting noise and forcing MIBR's next round to get info. Looks to be a drone.
भाई चैंपियंस में मैं हर मैच बोलता था ये एनआरजी साली हारी हुई मैच जीत जाती है, गलती से जीत जाती है, गलती से जीत जाती है।
चैंपियंस बन गए
भाई 2-3 गेम वो लोग ऐसे ही गलती से जीतते गए, मालूम क्या? 19-20
लेके चले गए ट्रॉफी।
हाँ भाई ट्रॉफी लेके चले गए साले बेशरम।
अपर ब्रैकेट फाइनल्स मतलब एनआरजी वर्सेस G2 ही होगा।
Now wouldn't be surprised if they go for it again. They did it.
उसमें G2 जीत जाएगा। ना ब्रो एनआरजी टफ है।
ना पागल हो क्या? बेबी बे के साथ तो घंटा नहीं जीत रहा G2।
अच्छा तो मार रहा था भाई वो।
नहीं भाई।
If you look at the remaining utility available for the side of energy on the attack.
Oh my god.
आसपास अब ड्राफ्ट कर रहा था, गायब भी कर दिया।
स्पैम में मार दिया। Oh, Mazino got 2. One more flash. Back to back 2 flashes. मॉली करने की कोशिश। कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है। ब्रो ये साउंड इतना कम क्यों है? स्वप्निल भाई ने 200 रुपए दिया है, लिखा है इतना हार्ड क्या है?
कितने पानी में?
इतना हार्ड है क्या? नहीं मतलब भाई अगर क्रिएटिव नाम ढूंढना है तो क्रिएटिव चीजें है तो जोर तो लगाना पड़ता है यार स्वप्निल भाई। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर अनदर 200 मेरे भाई। टोटल ऑफ 400 भाई स्वप्निल WWF भाई। थैंक यू सो मच मेरे भाई, थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द 400। स्वैप रख दे सिर्फ नाम भाई, बहुत क्रेजी है। Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Swap with another live stream.
Oh my gosh. And they all
What is that ult? NRG pushing hard bro. आसपास ने ऑफ निकाल ली है but he can't do shit. Oh my god. Plant easy मिल जाएगा। अब Tex was alone on side. आसपास trying his best to get an angle. 3v4. और they're gonna retake this. Mazino अकेला बाहर निकला है. And wow. They're not checking. Nah. 4 man alive and it's 5-0.
भाई ये कितना प्यारा निकले यार यहाँ से।
They saw the previous round. Looks like a save here for Osboss and the operator since it is a key factor for them to
Swapzy.
game.
Was the biggest win con for MIBR.
400 दिया है, 2 रुपए वाला नाम क्यों बोल रहा है? अरे तो चैट जीपीटी हूँ क्या सालों में? चैट जीपीटी हूँ क्या?
But again, when we were just talking about this double
Swap kill,
on the
nice
side
name.
Of any teams right now that could slow the tempo and play a lot of default, you see how Energy could also
Energy
up that tempo by using the Teo salvos to immediately break the doors and fastly move forward to take some immediate control towards A Heaven side, and you're not allowing any team to play a retake if a pit comes out that deep.
No way. It's such an awkward position too. How many times you played around that anyways? To retake down a long hallway, you're probably
Time out.
30 health at by the
What's the timeout for MIBR?
Got a timeout being called here by the team, so MIBR Fraud can get in the ear.
Wind Trader Swapnil.
तुमने 1v1 देखा?
Where they can put a stop
Nope.
to these energy hits.
MIBR का कोच आया और किसके अगेंस्ट उसका मारा गया?
The few rounds that we've seen so far, it's been outside of that piston round where that double walk
मारा
down
इतना
on middle from
वो उससे आया था आसपास के अगेंस्ट 1v1 मिलेगा आज.
अरे हाँ ऐसे ही होता है बनता है वो पिछले कल भी ऐसा ही था.
भाई कोच आया भाई वो मुंह सड़ा के खेल रहा है भाई.
When you're playing the knife, it's not finding anybody. Verno usually goes for the owl drone right after, so they are trying to find immediate information by cycling util around that 1 minute 20-second mark, so that they could actually go for the stack into the fight. Right now, maybe you're asking here for, I mean, you're seeing on the side of Fraud here by MIBR. He's not saying too much, and during these timeouts, it's also been Verno being fairly vocal.
स्वप्निल चिंदी चोर किसी ने स्नैपडील लिखा है क्लच भाई. स्वप्निल का गेमिंग यूजर ने मिल गया.
क्या मिला?
स्नैपडील.
As he reads the game perfectly.
And one of the things they praise him for that I feel like always stays, it's not something that can waver, is that he knows the game around the ultimates, around what they can play, what the other team has. That's not a statistic that changes, right?
Power
they also
star
go up and go down. So he's not afraid of who's fragging.
Okay, buy round, MIBR, come on, win this.
I think the biggest things for him as a young IGL.
Mazino ने shield नहीं लिया है. Oh my god, they're just rushing in. Okay, nice. Shit on their down. Ult खोल दिया वर्नो के लिए. And attacking ult on heaven. थोड़ा late नहीं डाल दिया उसने ult.
But it's not going to be too much of a follow-up. They just want this heaven space so they can begin to pressure MIBR.
Still a very nice call. He plays forward here to just punish that fast push again.
Crazy heaven control, bhai.
To take over heaven again. And as they play soft side right after, almost feels like 2 of those ults are now wasted for the set of energy, allowing now MIBR to have more util for the retake.
And it's rare that NRG has pushed to the backside of this site. Usually you get kind of a drop over the A default, but they are planting and getting back to hold it from a defensive position.
4-man backside retake.
It's been working. The trips aren't even
nice
in use now.
Mazino.
Isn't going to matter. He just swings out on Brock and takes him as the team is now figuring out
what a shot, Mada.
Mada.
He defused.
Able to answer it back easy. Defuse coming in through the smoke, however, for MIBR as they leave energy guessing to the situation.
Bro,
he's taking it.
Very nice where we talked about the lack of
play Astra, bro. Play Astra instead of Foreman.
Popping off that KO ult. The null command really not allowing NRG to really slow down that fast push from the flood of MIBR back into the site. And that now finally have a full smoke covered up. Talking about conversions on timeouts for the side of MIBR, they've been quite good going into those calls, but also very difficult for them to string rounds together, though, after these timeouts. So,
yeah,
we'll have to see if NRG has an answer back right away. An op shot, but it misses.
You can see Aspas getting hungry now. Wants to make.
So, Abdul bhai, I hope you got your answer, bro. There are too many suggestions in the chat.
0 point gets destroyed here. And they're not going to have more info than a few. They know the hit's going to come through, though. You see how much he wants to peek. But everybody, again, playing their life here. Just Mazino in sight to try and grab some info. He's doing a great job, somewhat delaying the situation here.
Ethan, heaven wale ko maar diya. Side wala bhi mar gaya, bichara. Zekken. Zekken gets 1, gets 2. Zekken. Ay. Bhai, shuru hone se pehle bujha dete, bhai.
For MIBR to get back in.
Yeah, good on Zekken to even slow the tempo once again from energy, giving a chance here for heroic plays.
Varno ka ult tha be.
Get an ult out for Tex, but it's a little bit too far away.
Oh.
What? That just from the shadows. Yes, it did. Oh. Hats off
nah,
to Kiko.
bro.
It's another one in the site.
MIBR struggling bad, chat.
From Verno here holding the ult, obviously. We just have the time to play with if he doesn't save. And looks like he is going to back.
Double duelist jana chahiye. आस-पास duelist, second duelist,
double duelist speed run.
Especially now where they
ऐसी speed run सामने वाले खेल ही नहीं रहे हो, सामने वाले slow खेल देंगे तो.
They could go for the surprise play. You have to respect Mazino's though. Mazino's attempt to stay alive towards that new boss has been.
To be honest, I'm not surprised.
In his starter game.
Yeah, maybe chat को वही बोला था. NRG is gonna win, bro.
NRG is gonna win.
And now he's just trying to stay alive, give a chance for his teammates to rotate on time for Aspas to find a timing and swing out.
But MIBR literally NV के against खेली है, NV.
Too many numbers on the side of energy as they overtake that B site.
is where they get into sight. They
MIBR हारी गया
kind of like they do over at A. They don't enter the back
जीती ना
until
GT,
they
of course.
absolutely clear it.
Still,
I mean, that's good protocol, but man, they are sticking to it right now.
क्या ही पता चलेगा एक नई टीम के अगेंस्ट खेल के कि ये लोग कैसा खेलते हैं.
They focus towards the A side.
क्यों लोग बड़े लोग हैं ना, मतलब पापा लोग हैं.
Gets reset.
तो नए बच्चे हैं.
Going to be the slow 5-man hit. Tried to go for a push play down towards middle. You heard that dash, the pop flash as well, and that's the call already for NRG to say, okay, well, it's A or B. Let's just 5-man hit a weak site.
गिरने वाला था.
Waylay sight in. Better than a drone at this point. And Kiko's up top to still finish it, thinking they have backed
No buy on them.
No, it is not.
आसपास के पास Hero Phantom है.
Getting these inserts instantly into the site. And they're able to just rinse and repeat this. There's really nothing that can stop the side of NRG. Maybe a trip or two, but it's just gonna get shocked out.
No way, no way.
Okay.
Bro, that was second? Nah, bro.
Now just play offside. I mean, you got salvos. This is pretty much a done deal once again.
Bro, what is that lineup?
That could be good with the shots, it could be nerdy with the shocks as well.
Bro, आसपास को 1 HP कर दिया वो shock dart ने.
Shock post plant, Tejo salvo post plant. A little bit more from everyone when they want it. And there's 3 outside the smoke, just firing phantoms through mostly, so you can't even get a good return trade on the situation.
It almost feels right now that for MIBR, I think after that timeout, the idea is right. They still have to try to push forward and try to just lock down a lane. Since that timeout we've seen, or just previously we saw Ospas trying to opt down towards B. The pop flash trying to push down towards middle, but it's just unfortunately gamble pushes that doesn't work out for their side. But if you're looking at the way that NRG is currently hitting this A site, sometimes they go towards heaven, or if not, it's the Waylay dash or the Kiko TP on the top of the A site. So you kind of always keep MIBR guessing. They have to do a very good job right now for MIBR to just button things up on these aggressive pushes, and they're trying again.
There's that pop flash mid we saw or heard last time. Already ready from 2 sides of this. They've pushed up to cover mid to react to that, what they just heard from last round.
अल्ट खींच के मारा भाई आसपास को. एक साथ ही बनता है वो.
हाँ, एक साथ है वो.
Educating themselves on how to be
एक साथ आसपास की यड़ भगाएंगे गेम प्ले.
उसको सबसे पहले मार रहे हैं.
And all they had to do was to stay back and break that recon dart on middle, and as soon as that's broken, there's no value get off the pop flash recon dart. So NRG 1 step ahead of understanding how MIBR could maximize his composition to surprise their opponents if they don't have enough money for that op, and they're doing a great job just really nullifying any type of aggressive attempts from MIBR to get early info.
And seeing this switch for Kiko too over to the Omen for this from the Neon gameplay, we knew we could, but man, 10 and 2 over there. Being the second follow-up in these plays as the secondary controller or mid controller, they're both kind of doing the same amount of controlling, but it's just so on point right now when they go to make that play inside the site again. It's
beautiful, bro.
Disgusting. Inside the cage of Tax kills him.
Nah.
It was the cover.
Bro, MIBR ऐसा नहीं जीत पाएगी बे. उनको कुछ तो counter strat करना पड़ेगा.
It's just so tough right now, especially when you're leaving Tex. You could give him so much confidence to anchor up a site, but when there's so much util on top of that, a recon dart to ping you out, and there's no support to break that dart, they can't play that type of passive shock dart, deny plant with Verno on top of heaven. They got to think of something new, play a little bit more of that buddy system.
Dart तो रोड़ो, अबे वो इसमें रिवील हुआ रे.
Cosmic divide here.
Drone में. Oh my god, वो लोग wall के through आए भाई वो. What a wall. Ult कर दिया भाई तेजू ने. Nah, bro.
Scuba playing around his Viper walls, man. Just highlight reels after highlight reels.
Another timeout? That's crazy.
That's crazy. Something we saw NRG doing versus C9 was that Viper wall on Breeze, they'd push up to it every time. They'd aggress on it, even let the other team know they were there. So in the silent moments,
लग रहा है आसपास desperate हुए ये वाले mid push के लिए.
I thought they were saying it takes forever, bro. Jesus.
Recon में reveal हुआ बे.
Brock just wants to play.
Nihal, thank you so much for the 20 rupees, Nihal.
Be on their side when you're looking at it here, Riv, because the more.
Bro, isn't that the second time out?
Waiting for your teammates to rotate across when you've already lost site control. You're just trying to find the perfect timing. Well, NRG can just stay off site. We've seen all those lineups they can play.
Oh, 12 है, 12.
I don't know why Verno continues to be fully active and vocal because these guys are playing.
Why sub Swapnil with another don't shake. कल पूछता हूँ maybe you're in mid sleep. मे बी कल कुछ क्रिएटिव मिल जाए. Also I have ChatGPT and thank you chat for your horrendous name. अबे इतने अच्छे तो नाम बताए यार स्वप्निल भाई चैट ने मेरे. ऐसा क्यों आप horrendous क्यों बोल रही हो उनको? W Swapnil bhai for all the donations. Thank you so much for the huge 200. Thank you so much, my bhai. Means a lot. Love you. Into your Gumi and Chumi. Thank you so much for the donche.
That's been so, I guess, muted at this point.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for the 600 in total.
What's their positioning? How ready is this?
वरदान भाई ने 40 रुपए दिया, लिखा है हर्ष भाई मेरे लिए भी नाम बताओ ना वरदान.
When are they going to punch through it? When are they going to show us how fast they can reach it? Because right now,
Nadwar.
is keeping them off.
Nadwar is actually solid, bro.
This game, 8-1 now.
Shrap.
And they're going to just go ahead and set up a default to see if MIBR really likes it.
Nadwar.
Long.
Bro, Nadwar is a name.
How they could get active information. Kiko going for a jump peek TP back in KC sees like a push coming out on the eco for MIBR.
4-man on B by MIBR. Eco round ASA.
And stack up for MIBR on this B side. So forcing NRG to use that util on their attack side.
Yeah, Vardhan is actually a nice in-game name.
On the actual hit. And that Joel will now confirm that this should be a B finish. So MIBR so far reading this correctly.
Still taking a little bit of that space to confirm with vision. Is Verno on the right side, so he's calmed everyone.
वो stacked वाले side में जा रहे हैं. अच्छा गावत रे.
हमारा लोड हो रहा है क्या?
Yep.
हमारे बफर हुआ.
Yep. Twitch it is.
Twitch it is.
Twitch भी buffer? Excuse me, Twitch. Okay.
Back left of the site for the Viper's bite, and it is just rinse and repeat again here. Aspas looking.
What is this quality, bro?
In one of the salvos, but they do get.
No charges. I got this spot. So you have to use a big ult just to stall here, just to try to get the plant down. There's only 20 seconds left, and MIBR is actually primed right now to be able to hit back. Especially now with the camera, you still have the Blade Storm available for Aspas. They could do some damage here.
Honestly, sometimes it's just
2v3. Aspas is in result.
Has allowed MIBR
oh.
kind of squeeze NRG
into
a position of anxiety.
Come on, Aspas.
They're wondering which way is the right one.
Oh yo, bro, मारा नहीं मार दिया सबके. 3v3 था actually.
को लगा back to back भरेगा.
हाँ ना बंटा tap 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 3 kill थे भाई. Prime Aspas would have clutched it.
When they went for that double swing on that side, the amount of shots that are popping through, trying to bait the mount so that Aspas can get value off those Blade Storms. Nice little transfer in the end for Mata. They continue their run. I mean, that timeout, even if it looks disappointing for Fraud, there's still, again, in these eco rounds, good damage being done for the side of MIBR, but this is where it gets important.
Op निकाली है आसपास ने, and he is fighting A main.
They've done these plays before.
बच्ची.
Already.
Last time Aspas tried that, he was able to walk out of it.
Aspas delete कर रहे हैं वो लोग.
And usually they use a KO knife to make sure that they could nullify some utility to not allow Aspas to be cleared out from a drone or anything like that.
भाई बिना कोई util के उसने.
अरे वही तो बोल रहा हूँ कितना desperate लग रहा है भाई वो. हर जगह बिना util के निकल जा रहा है.
And why NRG had such a surge
बस
of
करो भाई.
that made them win champs. This guy works around the clock and figures out here how their opponents play and just punishes them every time.
It really is a core point. You have a team that wants to buy an op so much. You have a team this smart, you can
X110 है bro.
Like a book.
Crazy.
Coming out of that low buy round, of course they wanted one. You're right. The homework was done for that, for sure. Back into the B site once again. That back left connection, always a big one for the team to take, so they know they have site coverage. And this is where MIBR could somewhat excel. It's what we saw them coming back in their previous match on, is when they could get to the site and flood in. But already they could get picked off in mid-air.
We see a little bit of desperate moments too, like just a pop flash. Oh, the lurk again from Scuba.
Bro, Scuba का lurk क्या annoying है.
Only gets one, but you're seeing on the other extremity of the map here, on the defensive side, everybody's just trying to go for hero plays.
Wow.
Hopefully make something stick.
Again, Masino trying to peek off a little bit of the util, but
Bro, ये क्या गेम हो रहा है वे? वरदान भाई ने 40 रुपए दिया, लिखा है हर्ष भाई अपनी सेंसी बता दो ताकि मैं वो यूज ना करूं. गुजरने वाली फांस साले. थैंक यू फॉर द 40 रुपए बेशरम। अगर गलती से ये सेंस यूज करा ना तूने बहुत मारूंगा।
And almost when you're looking at the side of NRG for last year, you have two rookies coming in Mata and Scuba, and Brock as well, actually. And you're not expecting the biggest of results, especially with the attempts of NRG in the past in the super teams that they tried to build.
I hope they played that little soundbite. I say he's gonna outdraft on the box, and I just kill him.
Bro, he read him.
Watching that tape, but again, they
Why read kar this?
है ना, heavy read करा.
All of these players around the NRG roster rebuild around Ethan. Now they're definitely looking.
देखो टेक्स को टेक्स 1-11 उसके साइड में उसको घुस के खोल रहे हैं, पता है अर्ज भाई?
Nothing they're doing requires too much, right? It is an ABC. Your drone goes in, dart goes in, and the coverage is there.
अभी I guess पहला राउंड है वो इतना डिफॉल्ट कर रहा है. Maybe I don't know.
But I say it gives you all the trust you need to look where you need to on these site takes.
So they are trying to close down these gaps here for MIBR that NRG is trying to default at the beginning. So the salvos that breaks the door, very similar to what Verno did before. Aspas is going to try to take that spot. NRG is still keeping things very slow. Up and down walls, creating question marks. But now with the orb being picked up, you know it's towards the A side. Aspas is already going to rotate there, but we're going to try to use util to try to clear him out so we could pit into A. There's still 50 seconds left on the clock, but now with nobody inserted across the map, it definitely looks like it's going to be the explosion into this A site.
And this has to be one of the holds. Zekken and Aspas have been playing together a lot. They've been synergizing around these two roles. If they can.
Okay, Zekken gets him, but Aspas is dead. Oh my god. Okay, Zekken gets one more, but is fielding setted. Fielding setted off Zekken. Can't do shide, bro. Oh my wow. Bro, ये क्या गेम चल रहा है? नुस्ते util.
अबे Zekken और उसको util से कहाँ गए?
Has a ways to go before he finds anything here, so he might even have to duck out. No, gets Brock on one. Is going to go ahead for a little bit of a refresh as he flashes back in. Now he knows he has Tex at the hip.
एक और पे
Tap
अल्टा
on the
मजीद हो
spike. No, they're going to continue to push forward to try to do the silently. Ethan finds Mazzino.
Orre Pasha.
But Scuba's able to lock it down once again in that final situation.
It looked like it was going to finally work for MIBR, adding another body
Bro.
in there, making sure that you're breaking out that
एक बार
util,
10-2
and
भी
they
किया
almost
था
had a
NRG
pretty
ने.
strong hold for the side of MIBR, coming close to the wire again in the final moments of the round.
Gosh, the Hunter's Fury to push somebody into the salvos, the reaction time that NRG has off of their abilities is wild.
ये क्या कुकड़ गेम हो रहा है चैट? क्या कुकड़ गेम है ब्रो ये?
मेरे को लगता है इससे ज्यादा फन होगा G2 फुरिया देखना.
True, but I guess I won't survive.
Can I help you, sir? Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal.
वरदान भाई thank you for the pod rupees. हॉर्स भाई brightness कम करी, अब आप नहीं दिख रहे.
T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
Are you for real, bro? Stop doing this shit, bro. Bro, हम लोग जाने वाले हैं शिमला 3-4 दिन के लिए. हाँ, would you like to join us? शिमला शायद.
March my mother birthday.
Oh, what date?
14.
So when you come back?
2-3 days.
All right, so we have planned to go on 21st.
Okay.
Yep. Or mostly 18th, bro. Mostly 18th or 19th.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
Enjoy, bro. Cool.
Why enjoy, bro? I'm asking you if you want to join.
I would like to take some time.
Wow, for what?
To see if I can join or not.
Okay. This guy doesn't want to join us, chat.
Welcome back to VCT Americas as we get ready for the second half, which NRG might make quite quick for us if they continue this domination of the game.
Yeah, looking very strong on just working that attack side at whatever tempo that they wanted to for the side of NRG. Now it's finally, hopefully, MIBR with a more basic composition that we've seen in the past before, trying to get value out of this one as well. once we get into the server, though, an interesting look at what we have for MIBR is in the past, though, we're trying to rate boss Aspas by having Mazzino trying to drop, you know, like a ghost or something for Aspas so he could get an extra clout burst. But this time around, they're going for the flash ghost and also him just going with the sheriff. So you need Mazzino and, well, I was going to say, and Aspas to work together here, but he's just throwing a flash, trying to create a fake towards this A side first so MIBR can start activating on mid control and trying to cut these rotates across from NRG.
They want quite a bit of map control here. See who's hiding where, who wants to play on what for the pistol round. And Tex gets the better of Mada to start off.
एक शॉट कनेक्ट नहीं हुआ रे माडा का
mid either, so it's still a question mark for NRG, but they're keeping focus on
माडा का बोल रहा हूँ आसपास का नहीं वो जो भी था टेक्स कौन था भाई अच्छा माडा का ही नहीं हुआ राइट sorry I lost it.
He used to play the Vice a lot in the past, using the wall to prevent players from rushing through, doing very similar looks now with the Viper Wall defense on B. Also there to help is Ethan just around the corner with 2 salvos.
Salvos out, no dart info. And
dart too.
Quite stalled here. Brock down to 4.
Exactly. It'll be a stop and go right now for MIBR. With 36 seconds left and all 5 of them on this side, they have to try to re-hit. Comes down to the fundamentals. Who has the best crossfire and who is able to swing off each other the best.
Second has 2 stars left. He's at
भाई
the back
सबके
of
पास
the
sheriffs
heaven
है.
area. See if we get any here. He's going to actually split the site in 2 so they can work the front and get to the backside to plant on the left. And NRG is huddling just as much here. It's about to be a party.
Nice shot. Oh, okay. Wow. Let's go. Pistol round. Okay.
From the side. And he's found out. MIBR
11-3. Let's go MIBR. Come back, baby.
पांचों walk in करे साइड में 5 लोग.
And as he creeped
up
for both Verno and Aspas, they went high-low with the Sherries too to make sure that they could try to go for trades. And it's Verno just capitalizing on 2 that had pretty good spacing for the side of Scuba and Ethan.
Oh, flawless. You heard this guy's flawless.
I heard it now.
कुछ भी पकड़ लेते भाई ये लोग.
Marshall.
Flawless.
Real quick with those shots if Aspas needs to. Backed up by Mazzino. And they're actually
Recon पे peek out करने वाले हैं लेकिन कोई reveal नहीं होगा. Whoa. Aspas. Flawless.
Of MIBR.
Mazzino 3 के मारा.
To try to pop out of a smoke when you have flashes to work with, so you're trying to leverage salvos to break crosshair placements. But MIBR were doing a great job just playing out towards that spawn.
Bro, वो क्या insect था?
Too good. Nice control.
I'm glad you guys are having fun.
Oh, that was another flawless.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the second hot mic.
I thought Tex was going for it too, so we had to. All right, 11-3. This is a huge round for MIBR. The eggs are in this basket right now, as they only see Brock on one side. We still keep the consistency of this mid push around, and they see Mada again.
And they're just using the firepower to work together. Verno, who's been very good here on clutch scenarios. They're just trying to have him and Aspas scale up towards this mid. They're keeping NRG quite cautious of
क्या कर रही है यहाँ पे MIBR?
This is a lot of space right now that MIBR could start taking towards the mid round. Drone now should get broken up here by Tex.
Seen, but not too much off that. Doesn't matter if he's suppressed or not. A little rotation
okay.
From Ethan.
They're gonna pull up. लेकिन aim insect ये नहीं है बे pressure नहीं है. Are they gonna fake this and go? Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. They just died. They just died.
A quick hat trick for him.
भाई साहब क्या instantly मारा उसने यार. फाट फुट.
And just sit and spawn and save your weapons for the next 30 seconds. Felt like there was a bit of a miss on how they wanted to open up on that door though. Because when you have to drop that star
no comeback, bro.
GG's. You're already making a call. Okay, there is
they got
definitely going to be a push coming out from the
MIBR got cooked kamal da chat.
Forcing Aspas to break the door and also trying to clear. Well, maybe somebody should have stayed back. That's a second player just on crosshair placement. So they can try to look at somebody on the other side of the door to trade out. But 2 of them got cut off guard.
मैं खुद एक चना हूँ.
Stuck with util in hand and try to go for the hero play, and it becomes an easy kill for Brock.
मैंने सुना है घोड़ों को चने खाना पसंद होता है.
Few guns.
जी,
would
मैं
be a
खुद
little
एक
bit of money to buy
चना
here
हूँ.
still for MIBR, and the question is now with the last round or match point looming overhead, do you get tempered and play where you don't want to lose, or do we see our first fast round from MIBR? Because it seems like the slow rounds are punished here by NRG. Just sit back and relax, coach. Team's got it for now.
Maybe be challenge for Bonkar.
That baby में challenge for Bonkar.
Forcing out for the rest of this game. At least the buy is still good for MIBR. Trying to activate a little bit more quickly.
Yeah.
Having that smoke on the top, trying to go for that early pressure on mid, and Mata avoids the knife, but couldn't get the ADS on to Aspas. That's going to now slow down the tempo a bit.
It seems like bodies are a thing now. They just have to use Vans. Like, hey, we're here. Power and numbers. Peek us. We'll trade you. It seems
it's
like
never given by Energy.
No, they are very good at keeping themselves back and in that position to play with each other. And again, backing off, just looking to slow them, and they gather insight to take a different position because they're not sure what's behind them. Zeno nicely getting that kill on Namada. A lot of action on Vent throughout this game. It's been a priority for these teams throughout the rounds. Second, another one.
That should pull everybody back towards B.
Hopefully, they got to be moving.
Already got that kill onto Z.
Good played by Zekken there though. Very nice 2K Zekken. I thought you cannot.
That's an open site.
अरे मैं प्रैक्टिस कर रही थी ना, मेरा कल मार्शल आर्ट्स का एग्जाम है. क्लच भाई और हाइड्रा बीच के क्या हुआ है दोस्तों, ये पब्लिकली हम लोग नहीं बता सकते कि क्या हुआ है, ठीक है. अब उनमें जो हुआ है वो मैच्योरली वो दोनों ही देखेंगे उसके बारे में. पब्लिकली मैं इसका हल्ला नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. मुझे पूछना बंद कर दो प्लीज, प्लीज मैं बता रहा हूँ, मुझे पूछना बंद कर दो. अगर किसी को जानना है तो आप लोग एक्सक्लेमेशन यूपीआई पे 10,000 रुपए भेज सकते हो, तो उनको मैं डीएम में बता दूंगा.
So MIBR potentially getting their first flawless.
I hope they do. Need that money.
Flawless.
Back on an op, another core factor for them. And this push here from Verna. You have a dart. You have a dart.
Wow.
Doesn't need it.
No, he's got minima.
No, that shouldn't help.
Whoa. Flawless.
It's the minima.
Nice job by Verno there, clearing 2 and at that tight situation event. And a few rounds for themselves now here to start stacking the economy, make some decisions, and see if they can't really figure out how to crack this energy defense.
It'll be tough.
Flawless.
Guess coming through from MIBR and the first op that comes out on the defense too for Energy. So if they are trying to go for that fast hit on middle for that control in the first place, then it's going to be instantly punished by Mata.
Why not? He's shown you 2 fights in mid. Why wouldn't you go back for it for another one? Almost tempting it at that point. He's been solo every time. There's a quick shot.
Yeah, Kiko was just trying to find the timing. Smoke comes up, count to 3 seconds, try to get the spray.
Yeah, yep.
Beautiful Hunter's Fury, though.
Hit him in the knee. TP out. Kiko safe for now. Very nice sight take. Aspas gonna hide.
Oh my god, good spam.
Able to find one.
नहीं सोई मैं, नहीं सोई, उड़ गई हूँ.
Even begins here on the retake. Oh my gosh, Vance, it is just not stopping.
Whoa, nice text. But is he gonna die? Oh, he's alive. And he's dead now.
Oh, the shock dart on
3v3. Come on, this might be a GG chat. Is that a GG?
Have a waiting Mata to help get back into sight.
What? No, nice.
They finally have enough here to do it. Great hold so far by MIBR. They need to string this round together as well.
And not GG chat, not GG. He has to save it.
Drop the up. How bad do they want to drop?
Oh, he's trying it for it. He's trying for it.
He should try to go for a pick, make it expensive if he can.
NJ.
And as we talked about, MIBR loving to use Aspas on the op on the attack side previously. They decide not to pick it up for this round. So Aspas is going to go Vandal side against NRG on the attack. That said, you have to commend Tex right here in these plays. Pushing forward and getting those 2 kills doesn't really allow. I think that second salvo is probably still available for Ethan, which is another great point to the composition that they're running here for the side of Energy. They can really flood with a lot of util back at the site. And Tex was able to open that up.
I mean, I'm sure Ospas is talking a lot, but this is the most clips we've had of him in a game. Like, actually being vocal for the squad. Like, he's always saying things, but we usually don't get the reacts from him. So it's cool to see that he's vibing out there as well, even in his focus mode.
Jijai.
हो गया ये राउंड?
Yeah, Jijai.
तो इको राउंड है भाई.
To figure out what they can do to stop MIBR's.
भाई इतना क्या दिमाग दे रहा है भाई वो? Bro, the game is finished.
खाने कहाँ जाना है? कैसे मैं भरूंगा? आप यहाँ.
So a nice variation of that.
Move soon into territories where you're going to be able to start cycling ults on the side of energy for the next.
ओए मैं रोज नहीं पीता यार chat.
Maybe Lada being the first one to be able to bring that across.
मत पी एसिडिटी होगा. अब भी कैसा एसिडिटी? पागल है क्या? ये पीने से एसिडिटी नहीं होता ब्रो.
You know that energy should be going on to an eco within the next round. Do you still want to try to pop very quickly after this timeout, just to make sure that you continue to snowball a couple rounds here on your attack side? I think the answer for me now is probably not at this point. Even though it looks very one-sided on their attack side to start, this is still now looking
क्या डालो?
तुम इतने चिकने कैसे दिख रहे हो भाई आज?
मतलब अच्छा दिख रहा हूँ.
हाँ. मतलब तुम्हारा गाल एकदम चमक रहा है भाई.
अच्छा. मैं ऐसे ही हूँ भाई मैं अपना तो.
ऐसा ही है. पॉडकास्टर साहब का तो ऐसा ही है.
हाँ समझे ना, इज्जत से बात करियो.
So they have a lot of time to think about it before they get into their strategy.
अबे ये टेक पॉज आ गया बात पे. अबे गेम खत्म नहीं हुआ, ये टेक पॉज आ गया अलग.
In store for us. Fraud. The rest of the team now quiet. One of the things from MIBR side, who was watching the Zekken interview, was that in their previous game from the.
इसमें कैफीन थोड़ी होता है भाई. इसमें कौन बोला कैफीन होता है? Contains caffeine. Oh, है.
And not the beginning portion, which means our fundamentals are very good, and the late round is very easy to fix. And that was really cool to hear. Like you maybe have a lot of them there, but
10 mg caffeine होता है chat. 10 mg caffeine होता है.
And it seems like here.
How much caffeine is in a cup of tea, coffee?
And we're seeing their attack, which is just their own in its own right, but. That was very cool for him to see how the team feels. And we've seen Zekken and G2's Jogamo do amazing things on stage, but they're facing a new challenge.
तो ये तो कुछ भी कैफीन नहीं है ब्रो.
Hello everyone, my name is Zekken.
What the hell is this?
Supplied me with a knife, and I'm going to use it to play split decision, in which I have to cut this cake in half.
एकदम बराबर वेट का काटना पड़ेगा.
मैं तो खा जाऊंगा.
Because guess what?
अबे यार.
Dog and me. Today's goal is me splitting the hot dog in half.
देखो जाओगे
bro. So इसके अंदर एक कुत्ता है बोलता.
Right down the middle, in between these flowers. I feel like it would be nice and even.
We'll roll the winnie around, make sure it's the correct measurements. Okay, the dog's looking good.
But I have to take into account these sprinkles, you know. Every one of them weighs like half a gram or something, so it's very important that I count all of them.
साले इनके सारे स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर्स कंटेंट क्रिएटर कैसे होते हैं?
I just hope I make it clean.
यही तो फर्क है.
No. I'm feeling good about this. These look even. Actually, my red one might be
personality
a little bit cooked.
Let's go. 1.
ये जोगमो को ऑलमोस्ट बराबर आने वाला है.
Okay. 2-7.
Stay on the knife. No.
अरे रे. गया. वेट गायब हो गया.
I didn't get it, man.
नहीं.
This glizzy's bigger than this one.
It's a beautiful piece right there. It also has the table all over it.
What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna compare it. Yo,
Oh shit.
Alright.
Hey, it's cooked.
थोड़ा सा रह गया.
My final weights were 267.6 grams for this slice on the left, and then 260.5 grams for this slice on the right.
Final readings that I have for these dogs, I have, I think, 2.9 and 2.7. So the tip was a little bigger on this dog.
I think it's close. A wonderful job. And I think these are wonderful cakes.
The tip is a little bit bigger on this dog.
The split decision, so sorry about that. but I think I did a pretty good job.
And I'm very thankful to Riot Games for letting me cut cakes in half and weigh them.
Thank you guys for watching.
कॉफी का कैफीन नेचुरल होता है और कोक का आर्टिफिशियल होता है। ओ भाई बात कह दी यार तूने तो, बात कह दी भाई तूने तो यार, ये तो रियल बात कह दी तूने।
ऐसा ही चलते रहेगा तो फिर तो हर मैच में टेक पॉज आएगा।
हाँ फिर तो इन लोगों को बोल देना चाहिए तुम करते रहो, हम सो जाते हैं। ओ भाई चैट ये देखो ना, ये असली वॉच पार्टी कर रहा है बंदा। ब्रो दिस इज जिजा है, ब्रो दिस इज जिजा है
भाई। मतलब एक चीज तो है,
क्या बनाया भाई इसने विलगैक्स।
टेक पॉज आएगा तो दिखाने के लिए कुछ तो,
वही भाई कंटेंट बना के रखते हैं। दिस इज क्रेजी।
पहले से रेडी रहते हैं। लास्ट ईयर वो जैसे बास्केटबॉल,
बाय द वे सारे ओरिजिनल्स इंपोर्टेड फ्रॉम जापान है हर्ष भाई, याद है सब? हाँ
भाई ये वाली मास्टर्स कब से है हर्ष भाई?
मार्च आई गेस, मार्च। Santiago is ending on 14th, I guess, 14th या 16th. So must be starting from March 1, I guess.
Alright.
28th Feb से चालू है most probably. और मैंने आसाम में क्या सिंदरी भेजा, देखो देखते हैं, शेयर मीडिया देखते हैं। Bro, you are empty stomach and drinking. Bro, I'm not empty stomach, bro.
Look at yourself. You are much better.
Is this me? अबे तुम लोग किसको भी मैं बुला देते हो, हगासो हट ना। Oh my god. कुछ भी भेज रहे हो? देहरादून का मेरा खून। भाई मैच कब चालू होएगा यार? ऐसे कोई चालू हो गया?
लगाया आसपास।
अबे चालू हो गया, मैं तो ये कर रहा टैप था।
Hell nah, bro.
Nospas is going to stay up there. He's like, yeah, I'm going to play the risky position for a
moment. इको राउंड है ये वैसे तो।
NRG are definitely looking to flood back as well. The drones looking for info. Shock dart. There's some damage. That's good in the end. The round's going to come in for MIBR, but I feel that there's still a small misstep on MIBR's anti-eco here. To still give that plant for Mazino and not to give it for
dust लग जाते हैं। dust क्या होता है चाहे?
Away from his ult. If he actually got that plant down, they could go for orb control in the next. Ospas is also 2 away on his own. That would have given him a chance here to again snowball some ultimates. Give him a chance to hopefully string a couple of these rounds, but
हगास लग जाता है।
a little bit of a mishap.
अबे यार बस भाई चुप हो जाओ यार भाई। भाई कोई आदत नहीं है दूसरी गंदी, ठीक है ना, भूखता हूँ ना पीता हूँ, तो यार ये डाइट कोक थोड़ा सा पी लिया तो क्या हो जाता है यार? ऐसा भी नहीं है कि रोज पी रहा हूँ, 3-4 दिन में एक बार।
Early smoke mid from NRG to start him off there and just slow down any.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Mana could stay on this line. The salvo actually pushed Verno away from the drone, so Mana could still continue here. Especially with the knife being shot out, this has to be a little bit of a signal, at least for the side of MIBR, that they should not continue to commit. If you're playing out in the open like that and immediately breaking util,
there's so much commitment to it. Yeah,
that there's going to be an op, or at least Mata and somebody in aggressive position.
It's a great call. You got to be heady on the state of the game. It's one of the things we see both of these teams being very aware of, what possible situations could be at hand. And here, Brock looking for another 1, 2, 3 maybe.
Bro, A पे है लोग heavy घुसने वाले.
This is also preparation coming in from NRG. This camera that's being thrown by Tex. When you're throwing these smokes on the top of that mid side, he uses the camera to ping the door and he breaks it as a wall bang and lurks up. And as it gets broken up, they could try to go for the late hit, the 4-1 at that spot. So that's why
30 seconds on the clock. वो लोग B तो clear नहीं कर सकते to know कि B नहीं है, but now they know it's safe.
No command.
Oh, Brock.
Brock looks straight down in. No one's really trading. They're all standing from the side of the
Jijai, chat. Jijai.
And this could be it now for NRG. instantly shutting down MIBR in the entry, but Verno, alive for a moment, can't get over to Mizzino to get him alive. And now Tex, the last one alive as the kills come through. TP to the other side. Tex is trying to find the kills. He heard the TP, so he's trying to swing it back and forth.
1v1 Tex.
For now, there's no time on the clock as it's
अच्छा टाइम नहीं था, never mind. जिजाए मैं सोचा ये लोग गुट क्यों गए? क्या बात है, मैच से ज्यादा टेक पॉज चला है.
First place. One thing I think I have to commend NRG on is, you know, we've been harping on that team having a very, very slow start to the year 2025. But now since the kickoff in here in 2026, man, they are looking to string a lot of
पहला ही राउंड तो एस किया भाई ने, हैं बेशरम. स्कूबा डूबा डूबा लीला लीला गिला 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 के. आज भाई चैंपियंस लीग वॉच पार्टी करो. ये क्या करेंगे बेबी तरुण? हाँ भाई वही उधर ही
दिखाने के लिए खेले हैं.
वही भाई पहले राउंड एस कौन मारता है भाई? चंद्रताल एट नाइट. वाओ यार,
तुमको पता है निवेरा ने अपना डेब्यू एस
सम मोर. ये फर्स्ट वाला पिक हर्ष भाई तेरी है.
निवेरा पता है तुमको?
येप
वो आया ना जैसे
वाओ,
उसने असेंट पे था.
अभी किधर है भाई वो?
नहीं अभी नहीं खेलते वो लोग.
अरुणाचल. अरे ये प्रोनिल क्या सिर्फ घूमते रहता है क्या भाई? तुम
एफयूटी में आई गेस ये है.
देहरादून में आजा भाई. ये क्या है देहरादून में
भाई? पर क्या जमाना था ना वो, क्या जमाना था.
क्रेजी ब्रो
भाई. और निवेरा लिटरली वाइटैलिटी में खेलता था बे. वाइटैलिटी बाद में जाके चैंप्स टीम बनी है.
ओए ये बाटली देखो, इसके पास वो वाली है मंकी डी लुफी वाली. Khelraay. Great, nice, snowman. Very good. Actually, very good. Very nice. Beautiful. Snowfall in Berlin. बर्लिन कहाँ पे आ? वाओ भाई कितना प्रिटी लग रहा ना. इसमें से सैंटा बाबा आएगा अभी. चट बर्लिन किधर आ? जर्मनी. ओ Khelraay बे. Simple, sweet. In right side laptop, I am gold 3 peak, only 30-20 FPS. क्या बात है लाला. Let's go. भाई क्या दिख रहा है वे हुडी. Shit. Bro, nah bro. W Alt F4 in the chat everyone. भाई पसंद आया ना तुमको? बस और क्या चाहिए यार. आ रहा हूँ भाई. Let's freaking go. What a freaking hoodie bro. चैट W6 W6 की नहीं थी 6. चैट सोई 6. बहुत टाइम बाद बनाया. क्या बात है यार. यार असम मेघालय एंड हमारा टूर्स एंड ट्रैवल का बिजनेस है. इफ यू वांट आई कैन हेल्प विथ योर प्लान्स. भाई साहब टूर्स एंड ट्रैवल्स बिजनेस. Khelraay ब्रो. जीजाए. तो क्लच भाई अगर
MIBR का मैच तो 100 थीव्स के अगेंस्ट,
अगर किधर भी जाने का है ठीक है, तो क्या बस वहाँ का ट्रैवलिंग सॉर्ट करने का और ये क्या वो होता है,
क्या
वो रहने वाला का क्या होता है,
क्या
जहाँ पे रहने वाला देखते हैं अपन, एयरबीएनबी. तो क्या बस एयरबीएनबी पे कोई भी प्रॉपर्टी अच्छी देख लेने की और जाने का?
हाँ खत्म खेल, बुक करने का जाने का.
That's it. Like for real?
That's it. For real.
But अगर पता चला वहां पे जाके वो वैसा है नहीं तो
क्या है नहीं,
वो होटल
नहीं यार, तो तुम वही तो देख के जाते हो, बस वही तो देखना होता है.
तो
तुम जो मतलब अगर कोई कोई ये बुक कर रहे हो, कोई विला बुक कर रहे हो एयरबीएनबी
हाँ।
से या कुछ ऐसा, तो देखने का रिव्यूज होते हैं और कितना फ्रीक्वेंटली बुक हो रहा है,
ओ
लोगों का क्या फीडबैक है उस पे। देखो जोनापी को यहाँ ला लिया भाई खिलाने की जगह।
ओ ऐसा क्या?
हाँ बस, जाने का, मचाने का, आने का।
नहीं लेकिन प्रेशर रहेगा ना ब्रो,
प्रेशर क्यों रहेगा?
कि वही वैसा ही रहेगा कि नहीं? अच्छा लेकिन ऐसा है वो अमेजोन की डिलीवरी जैसा,
हाँ
मतलब ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग जैसे ही है।
क्या?
अरे टट्टी खाओ मेरी, तो मतलब लोनावला में भी अच्छे अच्छे होंगे ना क्लच भाई?
हाँ ढूंढना पड़ता है भाई,
ढूंढना पड़ता है? ढूंढेगा कौन बे?
मतलब स्क्रॉल करो मिल जाएगा।
क्योंकि लोनावला तो अपने बाजू में है क्लच भाई, एक दिन अपन चिलिंग करके आ सकते हैं यार।
हाँ यार मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, एक
चलो
बारी
कल।
मास्टर्स के पहले आते हैं
हाँ हाँ चलो कल
एक
चलो।
दिन। कल क्यों चलना बे, कल तो मैचेस हैं भाई। मैं बोलता हूँ हर्ष भाई, एक दिन के लिए चलते हैं मास्टर्स के पहले, चालू
हाँ
होने के पहले, ठीक है?
हाँ
एक दिन मस्त, बस एक दिन चिलिंग मारते हैं,
हाँ
कोई प्रोजेक्टर वाला ढूंढते हैं,
हाँ।
है ना? वहां जाते
14
हैं।
को तो फाइनल है ना, तो 15 को जा सकते हैं ना?
15 को चलते हैं, हाँ।
हाँ
14 को सब कुछ सॉर्ट हो जाएगा ना?
एक दिन सिर्फ, हाँ।
नहीं 15 को सॉर्ट होगा।
15 को होगा तो 16 17।
हाँ 16 17, 16 को निकले, 17 को वापसी,
हाँ
खत्म।
चलो बुक कर रहा हूँ। आलीशान चाहिए ना अपने को?
आलिशान, आलिशान भाई, मेहनत के बाद मजे करने का मजा अलग है।
क्लच भाई पैसे भरने वाले दोस्तों। येप येप येप। लोगों को क्या लग रहा है क्लच भाई के पास पैसे नहीं है? क्लच भाई इज रईस ब्रो। ओए होए 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 होए, ओए होए 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 होए, ओए होए 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 चैट। चलो इधर, चलो इधर चलो चैट। तो
तो
अभी
ब्रॉक ने तो ओडी निकाली
कैसा देखने का कि ये इसके ये क्या है, 7 साल पहले पागल है क्या? ब्रो ओ नहीं, 2 मंथ्स अगो एक है, 11 मंथ्स अगो एक है, बाकी सब 6 years 5 years 7 years अगो रिव्यूज है क्लच भाई यार। ओ नहीं 1 मंथ अगो भी है। 2 दिन के लिए जाओ, स्ट्रीमर हूँ भाई, एक दिन बस है। कौन सी ब्लू गेमर टी शर्ट बोल रहे हो आप? क्लच भाई मिल गई, चलो प्रॉपर्टी चलो निकलते। क्लच भाई चलो निकलते ब्रो, मिल गई प्रॉपर्टी मिल गई, चलो चलो रेडी हो गया, शॉपिंग करनी पड़ेगी। क्लच भाई चलो कल शॉपिंग करते हैं और निकल लेते ब्रो, चलो क्लच भाई। अल्डेफो पे जो आउट ऑफ स्टॉक दिख रही है स्वेट शर्ट, वापस नहीं आने वाली मेरे भाई, आई एम सॉरी। वो अकाउंट एज है, अच्छा ऐसे क्या? ऐसा जी? ओ बच्ची, ओ माय गॉड ब्रो, लोनावला इज फ्रिकिंग कुकिंग। फिर तो व्लॉग भी, अरे व्लॉग तो व्लॉग करनी तो घूमेंगे वहां, कसम लाला। भाई मेरे को तो घूमना है भाई, जस्ट सो आई कैन व्लॉग दिट शिट। भाई मेरे को व्लॉग करना बहुत पसंद है चैट, बहुत पसंद है।
All right, well, there you heard right from Coach Fraud, right? They had that slow start. I think, of course, that is a safe thing to say. And look, I want to address the elephant in the room here outright. You know, you had a couple tech pauses, kind of slowed things down a little bit.
इतने जगह देख ली है अभी घंटा जाने तो वाला हो नहीं.
At that start stop, right? That's always a difficult thing to have to work with.
Chat 500 लाइक के करीब है हम लोग. लाइक कर दो जरा सा. Bro, every time मैं ना मतलब मैं कभी भी है ना ऐसा प्लान नहीं बनाता था क्योंकि मेरे को पता नहीं था ये सब कहाँ पे देखना होता है, क्या देखना होता है. अभी मेरे को समझ गया भाई, ये एयरबीएनबी पे ये सब दिखता है. चलो भाई अभी जाते ही इधर. ऐसा अभी दोस्तों के साथ प्लान, मतलब अभी दोस्तों को बोलता हूँ भाई तुम लोगों को बैक टू बैक छुट्टी कब है, मैं भी देखता हूँ मेरे को छुट्टी कब है और चले जाता हूँ ब्रो. ऐसा गायब हो जाते किधर तो ना एक दिन के लिए भाई, एक दिन डायरेक्ट गायब. Yo, Harsh bhai, कैसे हो? By the way, lots of love to you and Clutch bhai from Berlin. Oh my god. People watching from Berlin? Is that real or fucking? Thank you for the 5 euros, mere bhai. Dragon Emperor. Thank you so much. Dragon Emperor Gaming, mere bhai. Thank you so much for the 5 euros. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much. हर्ष भाई, आप क्लच भाई, हाइड्रा भाई, पोटैटो भाई प्लान क्यों नहीं करते? कंटेंट मिलेगा बहुत सारा. हाँ मतलब करना तो चाहिए लेकिन नहीं करते भाई. अभी क्या बताए. सब अपने अपने लाइफ में होते हैं, मिलते हैं तो अभी रिसेंटली वैसे हम लोग हाइड्रा भाई के घर पे गए तो काफ़ी हम लोग व्लॉग तो किए हैं. जिमी भाई की शादी में गए थे. अगर आपने नहीं देखा तो हर्ष घूंगराई करके मेरा चैनल है, तुम वहाँ पे चेक कर सकते हो. काफ़ी मज़े किए हमने. अभी हाइड्रा भाई इधर आए थे, उसका भी व्लॉग डाला हूँ मैंने. तो हम लोग साथ में रहते तो मज़े तो करते हैं. थैंक यू सो मच ड्रैगन भाई फॉर द 5 euros मेरे भाई. लव यू लव यू लव यू. और कोई है जर्मनी से, यूएस से, कनाडा से कोई है तो बताओ चैट में यार.
Map of this series in new grounds for both of these teams here in 2026, as we've seen on the VCT stage.
Yeah, NRG hasn't played this since Red Bull Homegrounds.
Yeah.
And then also for the side of MIBR, they haven't played since the summer's offseason. So I'm expecting, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Some double duelists. Finally, we get to see Zek being that secondary duelist for the side of MIBR.
अरे क्लच भाई किधर गया है रे?
Now we finally get it on that side. But also, if we want to look at it, NRG, we haven't seen him at all, and they still want to take advantage of that Whaley.
Double duelist on MIBR.
Build their own meta right now by keeping these two guys in tandem as well, just kind of like that pass with the Breach and the Yoru. But now you don't need that Breach to help out anymore because sufficient on that Whaley to be able to just do the saturate on top of the salvos to. Very fun looks as new for the composition for the side of MIBR, but you know, MIBR plays to their own strengths.
Bro, this guy is AFK. Please call him, bro. We are about to witness 2 goated duelists. अभी आएंगे तो चिल्लाएंगे, देखो कैसे कान में.
Just makes me remember last year we were talking about how
ओ क्या बात है ड्रैगन भाई, एंजॉय फुल को.
Like his first Raze game that he won in a year. Now he plays Raze again on Split, but you know what? It's a different story. Ospas is the activated Ospas from last year, so this will be a banger second map.
See where they go to start.
All right, the goated duelists of the world.
More of a hard hold on mid, but I think this MIBR is focused to get themselves in sight here.
So much focus on middle. They don't care about that B site because, again, this composition is very good between the Whaley and the Tejo to just flip back and disrupt here on your hit. So they're just looking to fight MIBR toe-to-toe, knowing that the double dive right now, it's easy to
double duelist kill rahe log. Nice.
Bro, Zekin on duelist, baby!
Got a family photo if you try to peek ramp right now. All
is Zekin and Aspas.
We do see that Sheriff still, as you were talking about.
Oh.
They're taking a hold on Heaven. We'll play out the site until they either feel comfortable to go over towards B through frags or waterfall into
Bro, what
sight.
a dead reaction by Clutch Gaming.
NRG says, we're still in a position to make them come.
Okay, heaven control ले लिए 2 जन. Oh, Kiko आसपास को बिठा दिया. Zekan बचा लिया. Scuba gets one trade for trade. All right. Is he gonna CDP push? Never mind. They're gonna retake together.
What a nice flash. We'll talk about that in a second, though, because MIBR is getting a plant and they're turtled up in the side. They can't really play off-site anymore, so they have to trust each other.
Wow, Mada. Oh, nice trade. Bro, trades for trades, but they have 1 HP.
A stiff wind will blow these two over.
Nah.
The sky
कितना ट्राई किए भाई ट्रेड ले लेके
Yeah, and almost
मैं उस सऊदी अरेबिया से हम कैसे बांध ले यार चैट तुम लोग मानते हो ये लोग बाहर गांव से है मैं तो नहीं मानता
बस नए एजेंट्स नहीं खेलते ना जेट रेज और ये खेलता है
ब्रो इज सिंपल ब्रो इज सिंपल
Bro is simple.
What are you doing? Twin bull these.
Twin bolta hai.
Question was who was going to bring the vibes now that Storm stepped out.
Yeah.
And Mata answered it correctly. Pretty much everybody across the board here have their
Twin क्यों बोलते भाई?
Lift each other up. The flash coming from spawn side over into the A side elbow. So you flood.
अरे यार take pause Kim.
Bro no way.
But something that's
we don't usually see
today.
Brother, what do you mean?
A pause technica.
Oh yeah.
ये भी बैठ के देख रहा है अपना review.
It wouldn't be NRG versus MIBR if we didn't have a quick tech pause after a cool round. But it will be this time, so we stay consistent. We like the continuity here.
Yeah, if anything, to digest more on that pistol round when
मेरे को गुस्सा आ रहा क्लर्च भाई मेरे को गुस्सा आ रहा मेरे को बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा क्लर्च भाई गुस्सा ओए ये माउस कौन सा है क्लर्च भाई
फाइनल माउस स्टारलाइट
फाइनल माउस क्लर्च भाई माउस जैसे तुम भी फाइनल हो जाओ
क्या क्या भी तो बोलते हो ना तुम मत उठा करो भाई 5 बजे
अरे मजीनो भाई
Yeah, the idea of that round from the beginning for NRG was safe, right? 4 in mid, if you even saw anything, there's a simple trade there. They're definitely moving as a pack.
अरे उसने बोर्ड बनाई है टिश्यू से
Quite a bit of damage that round. Is the fold perfect, Hex? That's the question. Do the corners meet? Because if they don't, why are you trying? Why? You can't lose focus.
वर्नो है ना वो लगता है भाई ग्रिफिंडोर का कोई तो एक बंदा
Who can cut the best? That's a tough one. I mean, the K-Cat sprinkles you had to take in consideration. And then some of it's coming off on the knife. I think the hot dog was much easier. But then Jogmo's one tip was too big. What are you going to do?
बच्चा कौन है ओए वो बच्चा ही IGL है उनका
on that first map when we talked about, you know, being new IGLs going to
नहीं ग्रिफिंडोर का नहीं सॉरी स्लिदरिन का
experience for both Ethan and for Verno. But now going into this second map where both of these teams coming out with their first looks in 2026. So sometimes you're going to have to overthink here for the side of Ethan and Verno. And will that actually nullify the value that he brings?
Nullify.
But so far for Ethan, no.
Nullify.
Comfortable right now on that stage.
यार मैं ना हैरी पॉटर का फर्स्ट एपिसोड देख रहा था वापस और मेरे को एक चीज स्ट्राइक हुई वे कि यार जो मतलब मेकर्स है उन लोगों ने मतलब क्या ये सोचा होगा या उनसे ऐसा भोगते गया कि उनके पास एक बच्चा कैरेक्टर अब स्ट्रेंजर थिंग्स का भी सेम ब्रो वो बड़े होने तक उनकी स्टोरी लाइन इतनी बड़ी है कि लिटरली बच्चे से बड़े तक सेम कैरेक्टर
ब्रो दैट्स तारक मेहता शिट
Oh yeah, true. Oh shit.
shit.
But bro, Tarak Mehta, that's what I'm saying. कि Tarak Mehta end नहीं हुआ ना वहाँ पे.
हाँ.
वही भाई. Crazy shit, bro. उनके बच्चे तक भाई लास्ट में. That's crazy. टेक पॉज शो अस योर पेट्स यही बाकी हो गया अरे बेशरम लोग डिस्कॉर्ड कॉपी कर रहे मेरा
over the interwebs. All right, and you should too. Or dog.
And now again the exciting factor as we're able to continue to talk about this
ओडिशा भाई सब फ्लेक्स कर रहे यार अपना होम टाउन. I set up over the year. Started from 2019. Bought Acer. I used it for 5 years. Later I used job Asus F17. क्या बात है भाई?
Oh my gosh, it is. Other people as well. It's crazy. Even Zekin talked about it. Man, they're so.
तो मैं पढ़ता हूँ अच्छे से वापस.
You have to be worried about Zekin playing as this Yoru. MIBR on a pistol eco, just going to farm orbs. But the thing is, there's nobody really rolling a default on that side over towards A. So it's very hard for them to go back at that point to just maximize these orbs. Maybe picked up by Mada here as soon as he clears towards the A main side. But that is confirmation now. Orb being picked up and you have
तेरे को पसंद आई ना मेरे भाई?
Towards that A site. That MIBR are just looking to slow things down on that mid take, which is why you're cycling util this time around for energy. Snake already out. You're gonna go smoke to smoke. And then gun out for Brock to try to mow some players down here on the Stinger.
I think if there's any contact here, we're going to see Brock util through that smoke. Stinger fall back. Both of them playing the same thing. Oman. Oh, little cat and mouse there. And Tex gets his head blown off as he tries to come up the rope. Mazzino checking for Kiko.
God, love you. Let's go.
Kiko gets some great info that they're still just trying to default around the map here towards the B side.
Yeah, special deliveries if you do a lot again. Just brings it across the wall, but at least found information. This is still going to be a finish for MIBR towards this B side. You already have 3 players.
Shot by Ethan. Eco round MIBR का कोई दिक्कत बात नहीं है.
Commend on Scuba's mechanical skills to be able to fall back the way he did after he's getting hunted down so quickly by 4 players.
The wherewithal to turn around for the quick kill, knowing it's still an escape, right? It's just,
you know your timings.
So good. And the timings there for the B take are going to be thwarted. NRG clean up a second round here as we get to the bonus. That's talked about this, how many they were able to convert and how strong.
LDFO चालू किया कितना टाइम हो गया? अप्रैल या मार्च में ही चालू किया था.
Yeah, because also when you're looking at what NRG brings out, winning pistol round, getting a bonus to get rounds where they have a lot of rifles on their side too.
Yeah.
But now that they haven't lost too many players in the process, though, for the side of NRG, it's gonna stay.
Nah, bro, are you serious?
How do we want to run this here for NRG?
Oh my god!
I heard it from the crowd before I saw it on the screen. Hiya! Quick little tech pause coming in here. Oh, hope it's quick. Round by round, round by round. All right. And Jonah P said 3rd map, so I'm ready for that.
I'm sorry?
Jonah P said 3rd map.
Yeah, guaranteed,
he is considered that we are guaranteed a 3rd map here on Debris.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at what MIBR is pulling out right now as their composition is something that's
भाई टेक बॉस के बीच में मैच हो रहा है.
As well in terms of how you run things. You've seen some teams going into 2026 where they want to redefine the meta too, especially with Timotino for 100 Thieves, with how you're just pinpointing players that you just want to isolate and kill.
What?
Going into like the shorty dash kills.
What
that he does
a tech
very
pause.
well. And it's fun to see that going into place, but the MIBR comp is still a sure lock right now to make this very doable on their side here for MIBR. Just as
annoyed with too much match though.
You just got to play your own game, focus on what the game plan was. You understand where you're going to play against your opponents too. If you're going to play against the Wele as a coach and you're watching these Vons and you're trying to prep for these, you already know the gaps that the Wele is going to take, which is going to dash. How much more in terms of meters of like 5'10" with the saturate, which is going to throw that, right? So you could space yourself quite well to avoid that utility and fight back right after, which is something that Furia did excellently versus Sentinels in that upset match.
Yeah.
What a
professional observer.
क्या दिखा रहे देखो?
Yeti's cap.
And that's a professional cap.
Oh my
That's
god.
a caster cap. That's right. A big old Maine Coon. Who do we got here?
Tech pause.
Amazing.
Good tech pause.
Are coming through. We love it. All right, we do need some dogs though.
No, it's okay.
Where are the dogs?
I am a dog person, but I just like animals in general.
Oh my god, it's a guinea pig.
What a tech pause. And I with too much match though.
There we go.
Smiling at the same time.
Look at the flannel.
Even though indeed we troll you a lot, but dude, I love you and really want the best outcome. Oh, now it's like क्या हो गया आज भाई? Oh my beautiful baby. Thank you so much Navid for the huge 100 मेरे भाई.
You did what with that smoke?
Thank you for the huge 100, bro.
Hello. Do you have games on your phone? This is good.
Thank you so much for the huge 100, Navid.
Pause, ladies and gentlemen. Baba Booey.
बस भाई ऐसे ही प्रे करते रहो और आज जैसी एक अपॉर्चुनिटी अपने को आई इतनी बड़ी वैसी अपॉर्चुनिटीज अपने को मिलते रहे और अपन मचाते रहे मेरे भाई थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द ह्यूज 100
You don't have a dog, what?
Hey, I'm living vicariously through these pictures.
Oh, the loaf feed? We love a good loaf. Loafing.
What? Oh, when the cat looks like a loaf of bread?
Yes.
I see.
Oh my gosh. Fly.
Tumnus is doing what I'm doing, snoozing over this tech pause.
Look at that. So good.
Actually, that's live, right? Because that's split right
wow.
there. Just a couple of seconds
That
ago.
is, and that's what we're doing currently as we wait. But we do have our pros to explain their in-game names in a new episode of Profiles. Thank you so much for all the pause.
Okay, so my in-game name. So I just put my last name because that's what people started calling me in school at the time. So like, Valorant came out and I had just changed schools, and there was already an Eduardo in the class. So they started calling me by my last name, and that was the first time it ever happened. So I thought it was cool, and then I put my last name as my IGN because again I didn't really think it through a lot.
तो भाई तुम्हें भी यही करना चाहिए
है ना
So
ठाकरे
the history of my IGN
अरे
merit, pretty much it just comes from
भाई पहले मेरा
I
नाम
used to
वही
have
था
this name
legit
called
पहले मेरा नाम क्या था पता है
like,
भाई
that was just my name.
डेडपुल ठाकरे
And I
Wow.
didn't like it 'cause I just thought it was like, too long to say.
क्लैश रॉयल मेरा
It's not
भी
a good
वही
name,
नाम
to be
है
honest. So I was making music at the time, and I just want to find like a shorter version of that.
Oh boy.
So I just
तुम्हारा
found the word
हमेशा से
narrate
हर्ष
out
रहा है
of
क्या
the
आईजीएन
worded, like,
हाँ पहला यो बोई था
I just
यो
found
बोई
random
यो बोई
narrate,
yes
and obviously it relates to
Shit,
the
और
music,
फिर?
so I just
That's
thought it was
it,
a
bro.
good name, and then the
फिर उसके
forward
बाद
just
you just went for
because I'm
हर्ष
really awesome and
Yeah.
cool, and I just like
zero thinking
The story behind my IGN is pretty simple. I wanted to be a try-hard back in Call of Duty days. I wanted something short. Apex. Everybody had Apex, so it's Apex backwards with an extra P and an A.
I played on like a minigame server.
Oh.
There was like a community on it. I had friends with the president, the senator, the mayor, and then I made myself the governor. Got rid of the because it was cleaner, but it's something that stuck. A lot of people think it's from like The Walking Dead, but it's nope, not that. Even though that would be easier than saying all this. Yeah, it's from The Walking Dead. Done. Maybe I should just lie, but yeah.
It's pretty random, honestly. My name used to be Virtue. Then everybody called me Vert anyway, or Verti, so I just made it that, and we're here now.
It's kind of just something that came from the saying of he's popping off or this guy's
Popin
popping
का skin
or
देखो
anything like that.
हाँ अलग है भाई पॉपिन थोड़ा सा
अभी नहीं अभी तो पूरा एक्ने था
Common thing that I'd hear.
है
That's the main reason.
ब्रो पूरा
अरे वो ये किया है
My real name is
मेकअप था
and my grandparents used to call me either Timo or Tino, and so I just took both those nicknames, put them together, and that was it. That's how I came up with it.
So in German, Meister means like master of something, and then my initials, like my real initials, are EG, so it's just like Eggmaster kind of.
It's just like something I saw and I was like, that's a cool name.
मतलब उसका नाम इवान ग्रेडी है
When I was like 9 years old, like I played Minecraft like competitively, like PvP.
Oh,
like,
why?
Like I feel like a lot of players might know what that is if they came from it. And my name was Big Fry
competitive
15.
Minecraft
And then Minecraft made it where like you can change your name. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this name. Like I don't know why I made this my name. And I joined a random Minecraft server and I typed in chat like, what should I make my Minecraft name? And some guy named Untitled MC, and his name's Kevin, I think. I like catch up with this guy like every like 2 years or something. Like he'll just randomly message me like, holy crap, you're a pro. It's like, bro, cool noob. And I'm like, you know what? Like for some reason in my head, like my 10-year-old head, I'm like, I love it. And yeah, I just became cool noob.
हाँ बहुत बात कर रहा था मुंह बंद कर दिया उसका
So where does Vancilli
चल
come
भाई
from?
मैच चालू कर
So I used to
भाई
play
मेरा ना क्लच भाई
नहीं हो रहा भाई आसपास का चालू नहीं हो रहा
मेरा ऐसा था कि मतलब पहले से ना YouTube का भी नाम मैंने हर्ष कर दिया ना क्योंकि मेरे को ऐसा था कि यार साला नहीं अपना नाम आना चाहिए कभी वीडियो भी बनाया ना तो अपना चेहरा दिखना चाहिए ऐसा था हमेशा तो इसलिए शायद मेरा वो था
क्रेजी भाई
या
anymore because I can't program in this game.
मेरा लिटरली चैनल नेम एक पॉइंट पे वो हर्ष का कंटेंट वाले चैनल का एक पॉइंट पे सिर्फ हर्ष था.
हर्ष.
यस.
हर्ष.
ये
हर्ष.
कैपिटल में हर्ष.
हर्ष. भाई मैंने तो बहुत अलग अलग इन गेम नेम रखे हैं भाई.
जैसे
1000 अलग अलग भाई. फिर मैं एक बार मेरा लंबा इन गेम नेम था डेथ हेक्टर.
वाओ.
और फिर उसके बाद था एजिक्स.
एजिक्स.
हाँ एजिक्स. AZIX.
क्लर्च कैसे पड़ा?
हाँ मैं रैंडमली भाई. मैं एक दिन सो रहा था. मैं सोच रहा था कि इन गेम नेम चेंज करने से ना तुम अच्छे प्लेयर बन जाते हो. मेरे को ऐसा लगता था कि तुम नया गेम मतलब नया नाम डालोगे ना तो तुम अच्छा खेलोगे. तो फिर मैं सोच रहा था क्या करूँ. तो ऐसे ही सोचते सोचते मेरे दिमाग में ऐसे ही रैंडमली आया क्लर्च.
रैंडमली क्लर्च किसके आता है?
हाँ ना वही मैं कुछ यूनिक सोच रहा था. कुछ यूनिक. और फिर मैंने YouTube पे सर्च किया. मतलब मैं ऐसे सर्च कर रहा था जो भी नाम आ रहा था ना दिमाग में वो सर्च कर रहा था YouTube पे. किसी का चैनल तो नहीं है. फिर क्लच सर्च किया किसी का चैनल नहीं था. और मतलब पहले के साथ क्लच करते करते आया दिमाग में.
अच्छा.
उसके अराउंड ही कुछ कुछ सोच रहा था तो फिर आया. फिर मैं देखा अरे किसी का नाम नहीं है तो सीधा चेंज.
और क्या क्लच जैसा ही और क्या होता है? एड शॉट होता है. तो
हेड शॉट.
एड शॉट. एड शॉट लिख सकते हैं नाम. एड शॉट. AIGN.
एड शॉट मशीन.
और क्या होता है?
एस.
एम भी होता है. एम तो कुछ वैसा भी रख सकते हैं. AEM. हाँ मतलब बराबर है ना भाई.
वाह वाह.
और क्या होता है?
आसपास का एक गेम नहीं चला था. आसपास
डैमेज
ले लिया.
डैमेज.
भाई फिर तो जब फिर काउंटर स्ट्राइक फॉलो करना चालू किया तो इतने कूल इन गेम नेम पता चले ना. मुझे आ गया भाई. मतलब कोल्ड ज़ेरा कैसा नाम हो सकता है भाई. क्या नाम लगता था कोल्ड ज़ेरा.
कोल्ड जीरा. कोल्ड और भी बहुत है ना.
हाँ बहुत है. उल ऑफ मिस्टर वो भी क्रेजी नाम था भाई. मेरे को ना मेरा फेवरेट नाम लगता था डिवाइस. फेवरेट नाम था डिवाइस.
ओ हाँ रेलिक्स स्काइलर. ये काफी फेमस नाम था CS का. उसका नाम रेलिक्स IGN था शायद.
The way they practice, it's what keeps them comfortable, and that could very well be what.
और उसका उल्टा स्काइलर रहता था. ऐसा कुछ.
So they can get themselves on the board. Here we are. Thank you so much for your patience. VCT Americas is live once again here with NRG.
Americas is the new EME, bro.
And they flex a little toward last time it was leaving Mazzino. Now they're going to leave Zekin, which means a little bit more of how this strat's going to play out.
And remember, this is a bonus round for NRG. So already when you have Ethan pushing out and breaking that boom bot, you're now forcing MIBR to make the next play. And they're playing a slow default right now on their side, expecting an energy push, which is why you kind of have players just on the extremities watching for these pushes. But as it continues to stay super quiet, which has been the name of the game for energy for the first few rounds, MIBR will have to go for the blind hit into a site and hoping that the util is good here to really overtake their opponents. And it looks to be a split potentially for Vents Control at the start.
Yeah, a little bit of movement now for Tex up the ramp. And that's going to give them a little more access to that vent control that you're talking about if they want to take it. But there's also a paranoia ready here to take Heaven on B side.
Yeah, so and also with the time remaining, so you have 30 seconds left. You already dogged 15 seconds ago, then they went for the drone, and they still see Zekin here. You don't have a TP anymore for that Yoru, so you're probably just going to think that they're going to split into this B site, so they have the perfect read now with the numbers for energy on the high-low crossfires.
3 in sight. Ethan still has a flash in the back, so they can get back into the fight. Dodging the first one, and Aspas has already got us off to the races. So somehow NRG are finding 2 to answer 3 now.
Nah, bro, buy round gaya MIBR ka wapas, bro. Nah, that's horrific.
From MIBR, and it's going to be an NRG round.
Buy round gone.
Like that.
Shishi gameplay.
Amazing right now in his form from
Bro, they're gonna lose, bro. They're gonna lose one-sided, chat. They're gonna lose one-sided. Mera prediction hai 13-4.
The way that he moves around, the way that he jiggles across, finding his perfect opportunities to isolate.
Good morning, sarcastic bhai.
It's just
World's best duelist क्या कर रहे हैं? टट्टी खा रहे हैं?
कैसे दिखता होगा उसमें एक्स्ट्रा स्मोक में?
He still had that flash in hand.
Second के पास Phantom है.
We're just going to go ahead and clean this up. 7-0, not a problem. Seeker's ready. And that previously they had Scuba's ult to get into vents on Abyss early because of his ace. Now they have another big ultimate early and ready to stop MIBR. Whether they use it or not for the low buy, they might just the throw on MIBR's next buy.
There is a rifle though for Zekin. Small shield with a
Oh, Zekin ऊपर जा रहा है.
For the opener here.
Oh, decides to come back.
Move into the next round. He could still buy
Oh, nice dink by Zekin. He TP'd spawn. Never mind.
Unfortunately, that will not result into an orb.
Spike mid ही जा रहा है.
Map space at all here for MIBR as well.
So he's using Mata now just to get a bit more space and clear that back because he's so low. They already heard the judge and Vents walked right away from Scuba once they heard him take down the dog. Or the prowler,
Chico.
Now they're going to be a little bit of alert from Zekin on this one. Full clear down the right side. This is going to be an easy move for NRG now, but can they get into defensive position quick enough?
Okay, B pay without any buy. Oh, they're falling back. What?
Using the seekers, you'll take it
Oh, by sewers में बंदा आ रहा है. They must be aware of it, right? Ay, 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 ay. Bro.
With this timing, chooses the last one. And is going to back off to play his life. Great pressure from
Spike is going B. Pura rotation A जा रहा है. Okay, never mind.
And finally, here comes the clone up, and that's the call.
They have separated
the B site.
Just a little bit. You're right.
Jama. Sab Jama. Oh, okay.
Ethan goes down from the damage earlier. That headshot.
ये kill रहता तो निकाल लेते.
They just have to be careful for the return fire from Kiko. He's done it before, but is there enough? There's 20 angles. It's only the head of Mata, and it can't be taken off.
But no, IGL नहीं कर पा रहा.
Beautiful job there coming around. Ahead of his teamate, but still.
क्या?
Around for NRG.
अभी मर जाता
Kiko. Even Kiko already did an excellent job anchoring up on that site. Trying to figure out if he was going to get backstabbed in the front. He had a head on a swivel looking back towards that pillar, back towards Heaven, and then realizing after this kill on Heaven, there's no time left. I can hide around the pillar and then just win this off time for the team.
Jeez.
Look good here for MIBR with that last second hit.
ऑफ निकालिए यहाँ पे मारा नहीं लेकिन लगाइए A पे और A पे कोई नहीं है. जा रहे B पे. वो 2 स्टार लगा के रखा है एंट्री पे ही भाई एस्ट्रा. Crazy control gameplay भाई. देखो ना क्या है ये control भाई.
They have the leaners going left and right between sites on the defensive side. Death ball status from MIBR. Trying to put
अब जब util fade होगा तो वो लोग क्या करेंगे देखते हैं. Bro, what in the world is that out?
To an A line. So again, NRG can move early. This is just like having that Seeker's info almost, just not as guaranteed.
B यार है.
Zekin's waiting for that TP to come across here.
3 जन ulted. अरे क्या रुकाया भाई. Goated. Oh nice, oh nice.
And bring hell straight to the doorstep of NRG.
Oh nice.
Able to get a sniff at 1 kill.
Oh nice.
4 members in sight for MIBR.
Yeah, somehow the Nightfall got a lot of value here. Lots of tethers that you saw around that site. And that just allowed MIBR to very quickly tempo into the site. Just catch some players off guard. Op shot misses, and that will be Mata forcing to save that. So the first time that you're showing the op, that'll keep MIBR ready going into the next round. Knowing that they
bye Soham. Bye मेरे को भी फट्टे नहीं आ रही है फट्टे.
To try to spot where the opera will be.
Exactly.
That's why you're playing this composition. We just talked about the differences here. Having prowlers, having the boom bot. It'll give you a chance right now to really work around that map and maybe avoid Mata in the first place, or try to find ways to punish him on top of that. If you realize where the opera's going to be posted up on the next round.
Doom.
Nicely executed onto B. MIBR.
Okay, good first round for MIBR.
I think it also shows a little bit of the trust, as Jonah P was mentioning, that MIBR was lacking in the last map. They knew backside was taken. They believed that hell would be covered. You see everybody else's eyes fixed on the priority angles that are then becoming a threat. So very nicely done.
Good night, Pranil.
Well, they only had to use the Nightfall. That was the only thing that was available for them in the last round for MIBR. But Zekin getting that space and getting the kill, that's dimensional drift available right now. This is actually great looking at MIBR's next couple of rounds. They're looking to find using potentially this ult from Zekin.
They think they're crushing into the op maybe and trying to take it offline.
It's a great way to spot the info as well.
Yeah.
This gives space for Ospas. He gets a pick. That's a showstopper.
He's still elbow. Will he? Okay, he saw him.
Now Ethan is anchoring once again.
Oh, oh my God, Scuba. Scuba ने शिशी किया, bro. NRG giveaway कर रही है क्या?
He eats that concuss. It backs up. And the util here, not fantastic for the side of energy to get back into the side.
अरे लेकिन Scuba ने हागा क्या?
Yeah, so you currently have what we praise energy for the last couple of rounds on the anchored plays from both Ethan and Kiko from round to round. The last two, though, they had perfect setup for numbers into the B side. I think they had 3 players there, but all of them got hit by the Nightfall. This time, Ethan's playing solo.
Okay, no, bye.
But it's also punished. So now it'll have to be energy trying to figure out if they want to slow down that tempo, maybe give up a little bit more space. We talk about
nice flash, zero capitalization.
And the tail is on the flood retakes. That might be a different look now coming in for energy in the next few rounds.
Shot हुए ला उधर भाई.
Stopper through killer death. Ospas now has ultimate.
मेरा तो रिजल्ट है 7 बजे प्री बोर्ड्स का. Oh, all the best मेरे भाई.
Oh, to see if they can find that. Yeah, found it.
They did. Yeah.
Mizzino goes down. And Mata gets another one. The speed they're also working at really negates the op wanting to stand still too. So I like the pace by MIBR.
I have no idea.
So now you get to keep it. Mizzino has his ult going to the next round, and we see some plays at least on Khelraay when they're trying to TP all the way back through.
भाई कैसे मारा ये वर्नो भाई वो पहला वाला किल तो कुछ भी अंधे में मारा. Congo by the way, thank you Vigal भाई.
Doable this time around, especially when you have Ospas and Zekin.
Ospas का ult है.
Op is moving on that side. The Boombot is trying to clear it out.
Op on B.
I like that it's the buddy system and Kiko breaking that down, hoping to see somebody else swing behind that.
A जा रहे but direct straight up. एक Boombot डालने के बाद A जा रहे. That's crazy.
Where that op could be.
Double star as well here from Kiko, feeling like they may need to stop something right away as focus goes to mid. Really, the focus should be on A. Guiding Light doesn't actually tag anything. They were still hiding behind the wall, but the Prowler will give up a bit of this strategy.
Dog's gonna confirm a lot, though.
There we go. Absolutely confirmed. They're gonna quickly drone the side of B just so Energy can make the final correct move here if they have to rotate. And this is also that time that MIBR starts to activate.
It almost looks like they wanted to try to go for heaven in the first place. So they could try to leverage a shot.
दो जन साइड पे है. NRG के.
TP flash haunts.
Oh.
Lots of util to try to get in.
He faked it.
It's going back and forth. They're trying to waste out that util on the side of the defense first for
energy. Okay, Ospas.
Stop him this time around.
Haunt in. Oh, little bump on the bump on the blast pack. They collide with each
other.
Bro,
what? वो ult में नहीं मरा. Trade for trade. 3v3.
MIBR have to work a little bit harder to get this one to go through now. They're still just breaching the site after a few times of entry. First miss leaves Scuba alive. He gets to create more problems in the back of the site. He's still alive. Scuba still alive. Finally gets taken down. And they got 12 seconds. 12 seconds. That's the final kill they needed. What a scatterbrain round coming in there once the ult couldn't get through from the showstopper.
Yeah, you could see there from Scuba. He was just trying to find when that person inside that A site was going to get behind him. So he's just very similar to what was happening before.
I am. Oh my God. Another tech pause. भाई मेरे को नींद आ रही इतनी डेंजर. और ये लोग टेक पॉज पे टेक पॉज लिए जा रहे हैं. Bro, nice kill by Ospas though. Love you, Menzi yaar. Thank you.
Tried to go quick. You're trying to fake out that it's a plow into the site. You wasted out 2 ways of util on the defense for the side of energy, and then you actually go for
time out है, time out है. पता नहीं bro.
Regular pause.
ये कौन सा pause है?
Oh, thank God.
Regular.
Pause. This is the timeout coming in.
Timeout.
भैया कल मेरा PTM है बहुत कांड किया है लग गए लाला लग गए.
are doing that are so effective, and I think that speed is one of them. They're doing a good job of also making B main think.
ये देख रहे हो chat highway? That's crazy.
Stay in B, taking one away from that A site as it gets hit constantly.
Yeah. The timeout's important as well for this side of NRG because now at this
G2 का मैच देखना है भाई, ड्रामा मत करना. अरे तो देखना, मैं कब मना कर रहा हूँ तुझे.
Now Kiko with a big ult for retakes, Mata that could stall a lot with his slow field, and also Scuba with the ult. What I like as well from the looks of NRG is we've seen against Cloud9, they don't really necessarily always use ult for big pops for sight hits. They also use big ults for just map control, as the slow field from Mata is one of those key points that really slowed down that 4-1 setup that C9 tried to take over the orb all the time on Pearl. That's why you could see here they're not really trying to go for any type of trap plays. They're still trying to focus on their own look at the beginning on how they're defaulting, and they're
oh, just like you called it, trying to get back into a position for themselves, and it's completely negated.
Off a clone.
Off that clone, off himself, he gets back into the gate crash. So while that position is lost, you got the convergence path, so it feels really good there.
Bro, spam में मार दी इस बार टेक्स को.
Ourselves the first blood through spamming smoke. Nice time.
Okay, nice flash, but no one goes out on. अब जाओगे तो नहीं ना? नहीं ये गेम के बाद जमापुर हुआ है मैं.
Almost able to get out. Has his secondary exit though, and a saturate and just backpedal.
Just a very nice chess match from both of these teams in terms of depleting utility. Comes down now again to those fundamentals, which is why you're seeing MIBR group a lot more. 3 players now contact play on the top of that B heaven side, where it's being watched at the bottom from Brock with this Bulldog.
No noise made just yet, so they're wondering if this is a ruse, if something's happening. A main control isn't just there off the rip for them. As the sky starts to rotate, it's going to be the hit coming in from MIBR.
Whoa,
the smokes make it difficult,
Scuba!
Still knows where the targets
Bro,
are gonna
wow,
be
bhai, wow, Scuba. Bhai, what a round, bhai. घूम के दो दे दिया बे.
It looked like such a nice look at the beginning.
अगर आपकी चैट में के सारे लोग वाईटी प्रीमियम ले ले तो फिर आपको एड रेवेन्यू नहीं मिलेगा. नहीं, वैसा नहीं होता. Some part of your YouTube membership goes to us.
So he doesn't get affected by any flash. 2 easy kills for him, which allows even Kiko playing outside in the open towards that back of the site to get his 1.
In those situations, it seems like MIBR is falling into the lap of NRG.
Yeah.
And how they're ready.
Literally, yeah. Gifted kills onto Scuba at that spot in that previous round, but again, it looked good at the very beginning in terms of the macro, though, wasting out that ult and salvo play. There was no util left for Brock in the mid-round. Yet NRG is still able to anchor up with the buddy system inside B with the stacks.
Nice little aggression here from Zekin. Dogged, saturate, quite a few things used over there towards A by NRG just to re-clear the space.
सिर्फ एक ड्रोन की वजह से इतना util use किए वो लोग.
As long as they're not spammed out here, as long as they don't get whittled down before they meet the site.
No, they'll just get Armageddon.
No, that's the truth, honestly. Brock's had some crazy positionings for that really effective.
Shot आसपास, good entry, bro. Heaven smoke fade होगा शायद.
He's read himself to start this one, and it looks like they are going to easily be able to encroach into the site.
I'm trying to not give a chance here for MIBR to set up in the post plant.
Oh my god, bro, relax. ये क्या डेथ मैच है भाई? ये क्या डेथ मैच किया माड़ा ने? Bro, क्या मार रहा है भाई माड़ा ने?
That is just amazing. I think at that point is just sheer wit on this side here. How he wants to play around that wall that was set up by Kiko, because you're hit by the Nightfall, you're low on HP. What are you going to do with that? You're leveraging your teammate's wall to isolate fights. Look how he goes left and right, just playing the angles. Has a buddy system on top of that with Scuba watching on top of Heaven so that he could do his thing. It's very nice from NRG to flip the way that they did. MIBR had no chance to really set up in that post plant. Lots of pings.
By Prosa.
Quite quickly and potentially go for that line at the TP in the back of the site again. Something that found value for Zekin to open up that hit on that B site.
I don't know if Kiko is actually in range to hear that in the position of the beginning shadow step. So he does have 2, 1 for a delay, 1 for a smoke. He is going to start that suck up, and they get by it. Quickly gate crashed by, and Brock was not expecting the entry into the site, so it's the little things MIBR is starting to win over now that turns NRG for a loop.
Spike planted.
It's a huge opener. Armageddon also once again taken out of the picture with
Armageddon. अच्छा मतलब तेजू का ult.
So, just that jump in. So aggressive. Mata going in by himself. They're so confident in these fights. The swing there would have to have been incredible from his teammate to even help. Zekin's able to punish now.
Oh, nice round by MIBR.
For them, Mazzino with that stinger has been going crazy over the past few series, so it's going to be deadly in his hands as he upgrades.
और कितना शांत बैठा है वो.
Get through the round, not too scrappy on kills, but they do lose a few.
Yeah, still 2 out of 2 out of Zekin to get value on his TP into the side, and you got to thank the support utility out from Burno. When you're clearing with a dog in a close left,
short
towards that pillar, you know it's clear. You can TP out in the open, get that pick. The salvos actually didn't.
Good morning, Jyotirmay. Thank you so much for the £2. €2. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the €2, bhai. Good morning, Jyotirmay.
Well, actually, let's hold that thought. There's a little bit more aggression coming out here in terms of util. Zekin finding a lot of info in his dimensional drift. Here. Trying to stop Brock right away.
They've stalled out MIBR a little bit, but they know they can run.
Bro, wow, Zekin.
Kiko focusing a bit
good
on those
entry,
smokes,
bhai.
taken down as he gets chased down by the dimensional drift here. Mata quickly acting to take down the lurk. Can they
2v4 on NRG. Oh, 3v4 है वो Viper. Sky इतना आंध्रा वांद्रा में.
Outside for a late fling.
Ult है Brock का.
That's a turn by Ethan. They say no.
It's hard. A 3 versus 4. You're looking out at what's left here on the side of MIBR. I mean, they still have flashes. They still have the haunt. Trying to make it potentially expensive on the exits for the side of MIBR, but the money is also not the best. You see Scuba and Kiko. It's not for these saves. They're going to have a broken buy. So keeping these 2 weapons are going to be super important. Ethan still keeping a lot of his util. Could really drop that.
Heavy नींद आ रही है आज. इतना नींद नहीं आता.
The drone's one of the only things that found him salvation for a moment there. Can MIBR go for more? Doesn't like they're going to get the swing on. 6-5 here. NRG feeling good about the first half already with the 6.
Okay. Bro, ये crazy मारा ना.
Playing with that classic on top of that. Why the MIBR classic, I guess, at that point? I mean, usually you have a shorty
good round. Good round.
I ult a classic instead of a shorty and I still won.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Just like riding a bike. He knows what he's doing.
Help a girl out, would you?
He also probably knows he can affect Kiko as the smoker because he knows what Ash
3 ultimates है भाई retake करने के लिए.
And you see here in this round, Ethan still only has that one flash.
भाई माड़ा तो ऐसे ही अल्ट कर देता है भाई डायरेक्ट. मेरे को लग रहा है कि ओह ये लोग कॉम्बो कर रहे हैं कुछ तो डेंजर. वे पहले अल्ट करके फिर स्लो अप डालना चाहिए था, बट क्रेजी ब्रो 3v2
as they move through that B main area. 2 members left here in Zekin and Tex. They can get the job done. It's going to be difficult though. Tex is going to be on that search, goes for the ult right away. I thought he might be seen for a moment, instantly dropped by Ethan. And this is going to be a tough one. 1 flash, 1 gate crash.
But it's Zekin.
This is the moment we've asked for on the switch to MIBR. What is the
elbow se aa gaya.
And against 3, against the dual fire of NRG. They are too fast. And
NRG are too fast. By 7-5 वापस 7-5 half हुआ ना.
Use towards that A side that gets no contact. It's like, well, they got to default towards B. Go for that.
पिछला भी 7-5 half था ना.
Play the game on that B side with the Armageddon.
पागल हो क्या 11-1 half था.
Oh shit, I'm lost. Sorry.
Pushed out Armageddon in, so they have to take the fight.
भाई पर तुम देखो ना Zekin को duelist पे डालती.
Is absolutely in
control में लग रहे हैं वो लोग.
From NRG, and we'll see if they can continue as we come back from break.
Very true. Very true.
We've got 2 esports endemic brands coming together to
pandemic brands क्या होता है?
Products for esports for the biggest stages.
퍼포먼스랑 컴피티션이 주요
pandemic brand.
भैया मैं जा रहा सोने, पढ़ाई करके आपकी लाइव देख ली, मूड फ्रेश. अब कल खेलने भी जाना है, इसलिए गुड नाइट बाय. क्या क्या करता है भाई एक दिन में? सोने चले जा. हाँ ये मैच देखते ना, देखते क्या होता है. आज मेरे को G2 मैच देखने का है, मत जा प्लीज। अरे तो तू देख लेना मेरे भाई, मैं मर जाऊंगा यार। 1:30 को कल पैसिफिक की मैच देखनी है यार मेरे को। VCT पैसिफिक मेरे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है। अभी मेरे को पॉडकास्ट वगैरह करने के लिए VCT पैसिफिक ज्यादा देखना है ब्रो। VCT पैसिफिक नहीं मिस कर सकता मैंने कल का, समझ ला है भाई।
Whole lot of views for real, just like a real for real. Gotta re-up the deal. We got the mass appeal. Whole lot of facts on facts on facts on facts on facts for real.
We're back here.
सही बात, एकदम सही बात.
NRG now on the attack side to see the pain that they can bring here. Up by 2, 7-5. And they already have one map under their belt at 13-6, so we'll see how fast they come out.
Like him, sharing, subscribing, chat.
It's interesting when you're looking at the scoreboard as well. You're almost thinking sometimes the Yoru as your secondary duelist is going to be the sacrificial lamb right now, but it has really been Aspas at that point to allow MIBR to fast tempo and allowing his
I am the Raja.
Not the best.
No.
But this is a brand new year. We haven't seen these comps before from both of these teams. Their approach might be different this time around as well for MIBR on defense, where they could try to fight back.
Looks like they're fine with the retake here to start too from the defensive side. Just giving that space in, but they control A. And Ethan is actually quite hurt to start things off here.
It's quite unfortunate. It's always him that gets heavily damaged when he's the one healing his teammates.
Guardian to the face or something else. The man's the medic. He's still running around getting shot, unfortunately. Here's a take. They just jump into the
Oh my, सब घुस गए भाई MIBR. 3 elbow already घुस गए. Oh, Tex. Oh wow, MIBR winning this 7-all, baby. Let's go.
That right click. They're still trying to find Scuba. Brock is left.
1v2 है बे. Winnable ही है.
Down here for this pistol round to make sure they can walk away with it. Oh no.
Wrong person.
It's just around him. He's drawing a beautiful picture of Mazzino there. Oh my gosh, he gets
Pochi, that was so close. That was so close.
The spin
No, but Ram control पे 2 मर गए ना Tex से.
हाँ ना भाई Tex क्या उधर मटका दिए ला.
But I gotta say, the look from MIBR was kind of nice. They just flooded right into the elbow. You saw how passively Aspas played, so he could throw paint shells on that right side when the players are being pressured. And then if they're trying to escape towards the main, you have Tex just waiting that up. So
Crazy.
ये वाला जो smoke होता है ना, बड़ा annoying smoke होता है, पता है भाई?
कौन सा?
ये जो करा ओमेन वाला, B-main पे.
अरे तुम्हारा आगे बहुत.
In this game, a stinger buy with 2 specters. Looking to slow things down. One way is to being thrown.
कौन सा पूछ रहा हूँ मैं इधर?
And Ethan is spawning bodies with bullets tapping through the smoke.
पूरा स्पेक्टर खाली करेगा क्या बेशरम?
Looks like they're trying to get a check on mid, maybe one last time. Gate crash is there ready for Zekin, but no movements. This is all for the fact that they think NRG is going to pressure soon with a little bit of this B fake.
I mean, it almost looks like the exact look from MIBR, just with a different comp this time around.
Yeah.
Control that orb towards that side and maybe work towards that mid.
ये जा रहे घूम के. They want to win this eco as well. भाई ये anti bonus देखो क्या भाई इनका 3 stingers है भाई 2 specters. That's crazy.
All the way across until they get into this point right here. Walking in a spot is super important because walking or running could be heard right at this angle. So that's why you have to use Boombot right now to clear out space. But even
the
dog out from Ethan is also going to give you the tell.
Exactly. They're both regaining control of this area. And NRG feels comfortable about that. The C's will slow them down just a little bit, tying their shoes together for a moment. Here's the hit. Quick flash through the wall. Smoke towards heaven now as Aspas is trying to run around the site with a stinger. What is that? From second. The medium to long.
Yeah, stinger, bro. It is stinger, bro. It is stinger. It is stinger. Bro, actually, अभी ये bonus round में stingers are deadly as well, bhai.
Yeah.
On Tex as well, so it just melts down your opponents as they try to go for a 20-second hit, maybe from a mid to B.
Bro got 2 there easily.
Actually, the snakebite wasn't even in range. It was just to block the players from running up.
One of them had a bit of raise damage, and the other one just got clapped it. All right, then.
Mata 16-6 hai, bro.
Bringing out the Yoru like riding a bike for this guy. He's got thousands and thousands of rounds on Duelist and a few hundred on Smoke. So you know he still knows how to do this.
Sitting far back is Energy this round. It's a bonus for MIBR. They haven't lost too many players in the process, so you just have to wait it out. You're also seeing how you're playing judges on the site for MIBR. You know you're playing against a Wele, so playing towards Mail or whatnot is not going to be the best place to play it. So you're just having Tex use his wall and leverage that as like the tight-knit hold the A ramp. Well, you have a 3-player push on that B side, or sorry, on the mid side for MIBR, just to watch Scuba's, just to watch their teammates back so that Tex can just focus on that A ramp.
That's all he is doing. Just making sure nobody crosses into heaven.
A पे अकेला Tex खेल रहा है. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bro, 4-man on B and they are going B. Nah, they are cooked, bro. They are going B, bro. What's up?
Might be where they knock first.
I was about to say they almost didn't look at his teammates back anymore, and Tex is going to get shot in the back there by Mata.
Oh, right up there. It's obviously going to be a sight from Verno to save himself. Everybody's ready. This actually looks like the strat from NRG, honestly. 3 in sight with him falling in from heaven. But can MIBR have the same result?
Okay, okay. Mazino will get one here, most probably. Okay.
Give a lot of knowledge to
Mazino do
the damage.
And Scuba is low.
Scuba's down to 46 HP. And Ethan gets the plant down. Moving into sight very quick actually as they get a bit
of a sting. Nah, bro, no one's watching. Come on. They want a bonus, bro. They want a bonus, bro. Timeout incoming.
Coming up with a nice
third map
incoming.
Interesting
smoke being thrown by Mazzino as well instead of just. Well, I mean, usually that smoke being thrown on the top of Mail is supposed to be the attack side, but yeah, you're throwing that on the heaven, so everybody's running through with a question mark when they come on the other side of the smoke.
Oh, आसपास की बात कर रहे हैं वो hell ना, bro.
Top of heaven and also towards the top of
वो
stairs.
legit
क्या बोला क्या बोला
अरे
क्या बोला
अरे आसपास escape the pie.
Talking about the
अच्छा
आसपास
escape the pie. था ना वो अभी अगर ये मरता था.
Bro, chat, look at this, bro. Nah, that's not आसपास, bro. That's pass.
At least they're vibing and having fun right now. And also, you're definitely vibing now that you're taking the lead over Energy. It's been so one-sided for the champs team since that first map, 13-6 final score. Now MIBR are looking to trade maps back on Energy's map pick.
And through a second carry at this point, through the way that they're doing the double duelist.
Oh, nice one, second.
For one of them to go in and kind of create a distraction, but
माय बे एनआरजी का लेकिन कुछ फायदा नहीं लग रहा है. They're going A, 3 जने पे.
Work to do, and that means Energy is right on your heels for this match.
Tough with the Prowler missing as well. You already have Scuba and Mata inserted on top of that ramp, and they're looking to go for the punish, trying to find their timing.
Mata slowly working up, actually just dodges out.
Force back किया था
nobody there from the dog. Here's him running backwards. Here's the reloads, and he can't find the timing, but he's giving himself up. They try to take the site.
Nice.
Discipline.
Yes, they have forced, bro.
And Verno goes down after a kill.
Aspas' turn to shine because his teammates in a dimensional drift, finding information for him.
Bro, they are so cool.
Mazzino trying to play a little funky on the ropes here. Second comes out of the dimensional drift. Aspas is already
oh my god, Aspas.
Double on elbow by himself, and Mazzino's
going
to go for that defuse and hand it over after half to get the showstopper online quick.
And a heads up play.
What the hell were they doing?
I'm going to get out of the TP right now to not get. He just goes for the spray across the board. Just the calls coming out and just the heads up play from Zekin is really helping him at VR. Row. We talked about it being very difficult for MIBR defense, and it's looking quite good right now with how free the Zekin is moving around this map.
Aspas ko ayas.
See Verno there at the end of the round getting vocal very quick, knowing they have the momentum and they have to keep it, right? Some ultimates are coming up. They have to work against Ethan's Seekers. And that's actually going to be a timeout, so they'll have a little
आपको नींद नहीं आ रही? अरे बहुत ज्यादा आ रही है ब्रो. बट अभी गेम जब इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाता है तो नींद उड़ जाती है. अभी थोड़ा सा बैंगर हो रहा है गेम.
And he almost capitalized on a kill and capitalizing on players falling back. Exactly. And that would have given a huge advantage for Energy in the start. But then not necessarily whiffing a couple of shots, but maintaining that space so that the rest could tend to up on that A entrance and play the buddy system for that trade and take that site was nice. It's just now in the post plant, they're kind of out of position right now, and MIBR.
अच्छा आप मेरे को इग्नोर कर रहे हो क्या? नहीं बेबी, मैं मन में आपकी चैट पढ़ रही हूँ.
So that is probably that main conversation for NRG's side.
Yeah, that situation where they save themselves, you can see MIBR is thinking like everything NRG is doing is for a reason, but an aggressive reason. That dog didn't come into clear so they can come in later. It's because someone else is right there behind it. Very smart to know that NRG is working off of everything. And that's
क्या उल्टा घूम के टीपी क्या आउट किया वो?
As they do identify that it's going to be Tex in heaven.
What a spam.
By NRG to kind of position themselves.
7-10 होने वाला है, bro. That's crazy.
Looks like they disappeared just from the vision of Mizzino.
At this point, I feel like Ethan should play Teo so that he can get healed by Brock if Brock plays this guy, because he's the one always in contact and being low HP on the actual site hits in the end.
Hey, a good leader gives himself up, right?
True.
Lets everybody else flourish. And not too much of that happening for NRG this round. Nice job by MIBR. They still read that it's going to be B main. The noise cut didn't confuse anyone, and they.
MIBR reads बहुत अच्छा कर रही है. Every time NRG जहाँ पे जा रही है वहाँ पे 3 जन तो हो रहे.
Against NRG, that was probably a paranoia going into the TP from Mizzino to get these frags. There you go, 2 of them fully blinded.
Yeah, you see it.
Just a right-click classic dash on the side of Mata in the first place, just to try to get Zekin out of that line to allow NRG to fast tempo if they can. But it's just so hard for them to bottleneck through that B site when Mizzino continues to throw these.
Okay, this time it is different. Zekin hopping. Caught हो गया.
In their previous series, Mizzino.
And he TP'd. Okay, to A screens.
Has a very good understanding of the state of the game and what needs to be done. Dang, Mata's so quick with it. 17-9 right now, pushing up, looking for kills himself. Right, nobody's really that close to him.
I like this though. They have to give up mid and now pressuring towards that A main side. At least for the defense, but then for
ऐसा मस्त वेंट्स छोड़ा देखो वो और डबल रैम्प खेल रहे हैं. That's actually smart. But Aspas is getting dismonified, bro. Oh my god. Nah. What a round. What a round. Connect ही नहीं हुआ किसी के shots पे.
That was just a hero play attempted by Zekin.
अरे रे रे रे.
So far, it's not really over yet. They're trying to chase down Mata. If they're able to take them down, that would have given them a little bit of a window to work with. But now Spike's been planted. Everybody's playing off-site. Should be the round for NRG.
I like that. Much more kind of round of distraction from NRG. Touch and go, find a fight. Make sure you're fighting on another front at the same time. It seems like
आके बाहर आ जाएगी सो जा. ये गेम के बाद सो रहा हूँ मैं. वीडियो या मैं हो रहा हूँ मैं है.
And again, I wanted to talk about
कल 130 को देखेंगे. Yep, beautiful.
Utilized by NRG to take over this B site.
Beautiful aim.
Again, in which, by the way, still combined to 3 pips on a
क्या बोलते हैं? MIBR जीतेगी या निकालेगी ना?
क्या मालूम bro?
Taking out of those 2 initiators for the side of NRG, but he's trying to walk outside of that smoke, trying to get an outlaw pick into the top of heaven, and he has to flick up there, try to get that kill. Didn't happen.
Bonus again.
Not on Zekin, it's on Aspas.
Aspas off लिया.
Watching it from a passive angle on top of the A site, sorry.
Flash over top, that's going to be a quick blind. Nightfall goes out.
Fully blind था भाई.
Yeah, ping 3.
Aspas side top लगाया. Now they're falling back from spawn to B. That's crazy.
Which is still in itself very big. Those smokes may be reused or just missed from the site. NRG is still going to leave them there to maybe fake something as they push over towards.
Well, they're going back A, but the Opera has left A.
It's still the hit, and they've gotten MIBR to move around quite a bit. But
Viper, Aspas is coming back A.
Just like how Ethan was running back and healing at the same time, but it's regen shields and damage they've taken by a Nightfall, so it's not really needed at that point. And it's hard right now, Ethan. You're talking about selling a fake. Maybe it's a dog into the pit, but it's only him solo, so it's not really worth it at that point.
Yeah, it looks like everything's going to be used at site here.
Aspas will be ready for it. Has the operator to look down that line.
वो ramps
that might be a false call by
check
MIBR.
किया.
The TP doesn't see anybody on the top of that ramp.
Okay, still 2 on A of MIBR. No way they missed him.
Back to normal. Just everybody trying to be.
उई overwhelm हो गया भाई क्या double peek किया है आसपास को.
Cleans up Aspas behind the map. Ulti goes down
कितना
now.
perfect
Zek
synergy है
trying
भाई
to
इनका
get in.
chat.
Beautiful paranoia, but can they work off it? They don't know if it's hit anybody until they get themselves in. Oh my gosh, the push from Brock.
3v2.
Right in the face of MIBR. And the action doesn't end. Zekin's able to refresh just a little bit in the situation. And they're going to have to try once more if they can get in together. Oh my gosh. They are throwing everything in the kitchen sink at MIBR right now. Tex is able to drop the wall, drop the ult rather.
It's not planted for them.
It's not. They got to get this down. I thought maybe just on the outside of that. But it's not going to be. Moving in, an easy kill from the ramp as they both swing together. Mata and Kiko are going to be able to finish it off and bring the game within one.
Had to be Zekin on the outside.
बस को एक शॉट कनेक्ट नहीं हो रहा बे आज भाई.
भाई वो डबल पिक क्या साथ में किए क्रेजी यार.
नहीं भाई पर तुम अर्ली फाइट में देखो ना. वो देख रहा था माडा.
What bro, माडा को कैसा लगा है? हाँ वो माडा को देख रहा था राइट.
And the wall never came down. He was looking for that pick.
He's such a baiter. He's such a baiter. Nice guys, nice.
And that's Zekin.
माडा ने अल्ट क्यों खोला? I mean, हाँ माडा ने अल्ट क्यों खोला भाई?
So the funds are back now for NRG.
और उसको कितना अल्ट आता है जो इतना कमिट कर देता है अल्ट वो?
अभी सेकंड को ऑफ दिया है 12 बारी.
तेरे से नहीं हो रहा मैं चलाऊंगा.
Showstopper for him, so he will be whipping out the ultimate when possible. And NRG says, okay, can we activate the ult early? Keep Spike down in the little give and go at the front of B. But Aspas holds that ult discipline.
Yeah, it was off shot to Showstopper. If that default from NRG on that B side was going to continue. And then with that boom bot, they could now start taking that forward position from Zekin and then rotate Aspas potentially somewhere else.
Time to jump.
Oh, they're going to keep pushing.
Bro, my neck is cooked.
Right now are in forward lines. If they lose their position on the A side, the retake's going to be a lot more difficult. So they kind of have to be more disciplined of where they want to start stacking up their buddy system here. And that
any sound
right there.
Oh my God, Mazino, nice one.
Always Ethan. An unfortunate situation this game for him, but through the smoke, Mazino finds one, and they're still going to try to get in here. Oh wow, trading places, but Mata still finds the kill on Mazino, and he's still going to
खेल रहा है?
That's going to be
nice slow, bro, what?
Gets a third.
Bro, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, if he is on, he's unstoppable, bro.
Right back to heaven to make sure he's part of what can happen.
Bro is doing everything.
Give up moment. Zekin's still holding towards B main, so.
Bro is doing everything.
But riches are aplenty for this side of NRG in this round.
Aspas gets one. Zekin could get another pip towards an ult here if somebody goes searching, but they're so far away. It's just about Aspas.
Yeah.
Leaving this.
NRG just wants to guarantee the round.
Night market live 6 तारीख को होगा.
10-10, and even then, just winning that round might potentially make it a difficult buy for MIBR in the next. Vern only has 100 credits going into the next round. So again, very important for them to keep Showstopper and Op. Wouldn't be surprised if you want to get the Phantom to Verno in the next round and try to go for a Showstopper play, because that was attempted by the positioning from both Zekin and Aspas at the beginning of this round.
I mean, this win, 3 alive, it's almost like NRG will have the money they need here to see out the game, as long as it doesn't go back and forth too much, even with buys. Just so aware of the situations, knowing that they've constantly been playing up there too.
इट पे कितना प्यारा मारा, जैसे मतलब उसको पता है कि भाई उसने इतना स्क्रिम कर लिया है कि उसको पता है वहां पे मारना है.
वही भाई बराबर ड्रॉप किया उसने.
And a lot of the things Mata's been doing are a few I should say a range away from the team where they're not.
Thank you so much, Zook. Bye, love you.
Right away, get in the face of NRG, or I'm sorry, MIBR. Whether that comes away with the kill.
All right, chat. Is this a comeback or no? This is gonna be a comeback or no? Very big question.
He went over Mazino. Mazino understands that he wants to play the defensive.
No.
Other players are gonna flood. I'll just try to get my 1 or 2. Nobody went through behind that dash from Mata. So Mata just turns around and kills him.
क्या मारा है भाई मारा ने? क्या ही मारा?
You're gonna need it from the team. I mean, Ethan actually couldn't give it to him that time because Ethan went down immediately. But still, Mata says, "All right, a little more in my hands. I like the pressure." He goes crazy.
True that.
You saw that buy that we currently have with Verno, the low credits moving into this round will go for a stinger.
Second with the op.
And Aspas will save, will keep rather.
आसपास किसी के आसपास नहीं दिख रहा है.
Verno's goal right now is to control the information for the team.
पहले ये बोलती थी तो कुछ अलग होता था मतलब.
It's not for clone and Boombot.
एक सीरीज में मतलब चेंज हो गया.
Super important to find that info for the team. And they've been.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop talking because that was a
nice shot. Could never, bro.
Action's probably gonna continue now.
Just because it's smoking doesn't mean he's slow at shooting. All right. Still got that duelist in him. Mata now again trying to go on a solo journey to see what he can find. Won't even really
still got the duelist in them बोलता है अबे यार.
Off of the noise being made at B.
Oh भाई खेल लिए लाया ना ये. Oh, timing.
Verno with the timing.
He found it.
It's the stinger that kills him.
Nice, good round.
Calling the strats, knowing the map. Verno has been watching Mata
Chalo susu time.
throughout
Yeah,
the series, especially on split. We're at 10-10 here for both teams' first appearance on this map, and they are really testing each other once again. Tex to hold down Heaven and delay even more. A more delay.
Yeah.
They are layering nicely.
And that's Kiko Smoke being very similar to what they were doing on the previous side. Just try to scale up and try to get control of that B Heaven. Yeah, it's a nice shot, but at the same time, is up against the world. A 1 versus 5 Spike being down with 30 seconds left. Hunt for these kills. They're still comfortable to buy in the next round here for Energy. 18 seconds left. He's shooting to try to bait out some aggressive peaks on the side of MIBR.
They're too clean with it, though. They just check the minimap to see if it's an actual vision caught by their teammate. No crossfire had, no contact play needed. Oh, it's just a bounce house in the smoke. Kiko cannot get the plant down, and MIBR are within 2.
Yeah, to finish the map, 1 ahead of Energy. Form round to win right in the angle. But it's still the value that they're taking. I think it's also the conversation that came through towards
पूरे मैप ऐसे ही मर रहा है बेयर्स भाई पूरे मैप.
Good call on the jump across, Ian.
So I expected a push from somebody to jump into Ramen, and that's Tex here having a sixth sense in terms of what he hears at the beginning of these rounds.
That's
misses
crazy.
the orb, unfortunately, though.
He's some Viper
That's a lot
जैसे
what they
ही है.
talk about on the team is that while Verno talks, a lot of the voices can still participate, and plays like that are pivotal.
This is important though right now. He missed that orb to look down towards middle, so you already have to start wasting smokes on the side of Mizzino. That's going to be 1 less smoke to utilize to throw one-ways on B or to try to prevent this push. So an advantage for Energy to not only take space, but to split into the B site. And they're going straight for that.
Holding.
Ooh.
Good push from both
I'll
sides.
call
They've
these.
got actually dog up
Oh,
top.
nice
Drones from
आसपास.
B main.
मुंह पे
Aspas
मारा है ना
rips
आसपास
that
ने.
showstopper we've been watching here and almost
Oh, क्या बात है bro? MIBR making it 11-11 chat.
Answer back 1 for another here. A 4.
Timeout है ना NRG पे एक.
MIBR is don't give
ये सोना चाहिए भाई. नहीं तो लोग ले
Very
चुके
nicely
हैं.
swung.
Beautiful.
You love that kind of protocol. And Mazzino's just
Ooh,
going to say,
they
I got this
cooking,
one.
bro.
Don't worry about it. 12 for MIBR with Breeze on the horizon. Ken, they get 1 more round.
Almost felt like that was intentional for him to miss the poison orb at the beginning so that you could bait players into the showstopper of Aspas at B Heaven.
Oh no, we messed up. Oh dear. Yeah, we don't talk about that though. We've seen a few of those this game. The sun was in his eyes.
And found redemption too for getting a kill as he pitched back on middle and drops that spike. Beautifully done towards the end in terms of MIBR's in the second map versus the first one. Is very impressive. Everybody's shooting across the board. Yeah.
What a change.
Aspas finding value on the defensive side as well. So it makes it very difficult for Energy when you're unlocking everybody into the important rounds of a split. As MIBR is trying to push this into Breeze.
Pretty loud mid. First time we see Mata just kind of ripping the Vandal off through the smokes here. So they can say, yeah, here's some noise. Cut it. And then they can play off it. Still in a default formation too for Energy.
Just trying to play that bait and switch on that side. I mean, for them, it doesn't really matter if Mata goes for that dash into vents again. They just want to control the mail and leverage Verno to watch into the ramp, which is why you're seeing them playing pretty passively on top of the Heaven side this time around for MIBR.
Now sub 1 minute, Zekin throws out the gate crash, thinking if he's gonna get an op shot, he wants out of A.
ब्रॉक के पास अल्ट है पोस्ट प्लांट के लिए और ईथन का अल्ट आ रहा है एग्जीक्यूट करने.
I mean, they may be getting the info, the fact that nobody's there.
वाओ क्या स्लो डाला. ओ ईटीपी डबे.
Mazino trying to save himself.
Whoa, now they save. Wow, crazy bro, crazy exec, crazy exec.
The last two have to save.
Yeah, they're gonna save.
The crazy. We'll have to look back at the replay. I want to know how Scuba did that. Did he just spray through the B Heaven Smoke and drops 2 players there? Because I was going to say that everything was perfect by Mazino. He plays towards that pillar side, gets slowed down by the saturate, but what he does is he
flashes towards that teammate
before TPing out on the other end. So nobody could capitalize on that on a dash, from the side of the waylay of Mata. Yet Scuba just sprays on the top of Heaven and gets 2 picks.
Now we get the full smoke. But
By saving both creds है.
Heaven smoke that allows them to strafe out.
Maybe saving for the orbs.
And drop at the same time.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
किसी को भी ऑफ नहीं करनी चाहिए, पता है?
Mata. Oh, Mata.
Verno really wants to keep us. He's even good with them.
I see you.
ये पोटैटो ताई हरकत कर दी.
Back into their favor. Stave off defeat here and possibly can take this map in 2, but there's still more work to do here for NRG. Oh, the creep out. Just the orb of the smoke did not play.
Player है ना भाई स्कूबा.
अपनी मुंडी दिखाई भाई.
Look like we're missing a little bit on that side to really try to flood out and help Mazino on that side. Well, I guess they were really trying after that paranoia.
रश भाई सिल्वर बहुत ड्रॉप हो गया बनता है.
हाँ.
ले लेते क्या?
18% आज सुबह ड्रॉप हुआ. तो मतलब हाँ लेना चाहिए तो अभी ले लो भाई, अभी सही टाइम है.
अबे फिर सिल्वर पे ग्रोथ ज्यादा है क्या?
Which you know
मेरा भाई
is going to try to use that in a way to
अभी ना डबल के ऊपर जाके आया है.
हाँ क्या?
अरे यड़ भगा दी थी सिल्वर ने. अभी भी यड़ भगाइंग सरेटी है मेरे भाई. सिल्वर गोल्ड
सिल्वर ले लेते हैं फिर.
सिल्वर गोल्ड ऊपर ही जाता है.
And then they'll have to force
वो तो है.
Zekin's dimensional drift to get themselves out of it. That's it.
Simple as that.
It's easier said than done.
आपका चर्चा कब आएगा? चर्चा आएगा.
1 किलो मिल रहा है. ये 4 का कितना बनेगा बताओ जरा.
तो आज की आज थोड़ी ना बनेगा अगरे.
तो ठीक है 10 साल बाद.
वो देख लो चार्ट देख लो और फिर करो एनालिसिस.
40 होगा तो बात है.
One orb away from getting the slow field from
सोना तो हो जाएगा मेरे को लगता है भाई.
The first piece of the puzzle for NRG to
10 साल बाद 4 का 40 हो जाएगा.
हाँ सोना तो हो जाएगा भाई.
तो डालो सोना में.
The orb control won't even be there. Mata's going in to see, to distract, and goes down, doesn't get the refract in time. They're forced to move off towards the right side.
Jijai chat, Jijai?
Either map 3 or OT here. If MIBR can find the win. Pit's already down today. This is forcing NRG's hand through the middle of the map and towards B.
Pit's out on that side. They use Seekers at the beginning to try to get that space for Mata.
ना आगा से जैसा डैश किया साला.
So now it's the mid-round information taken by MIBR. That spots 3 right there. Stays in the smoke.
क्या किया ये?
I think he wanted to
मेरे साथ भी होता है कभी-कभी.
The third time he does it's not going to be the one that Zekin gets a kill in. Each of the other ones he's been able to come
एक free kill मिला ना इसका माड़ा का.
पास है ग्रास पास.
वो इसका फ्री किल मिला ना.
तो अच्छा आदमी तो वापस करने
है. It's because you forced the pit towards the A main.
अगर 3 लोग तुम्हारी मदद करें तो तुम आगे 3 लोग की मदद करना.
Yeah, Sallu Gaming. No, well played Aspas. Right time.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They're still doing the work. Mazzino has been a rock.
Oh, Jijai, bro, Jijai.
You could ask for at this point, and they're still trying to give him hell. The
1v1, 1v2.
Verno and Tex, a judge and a vandal to come back in.
2v1 on that side, but Brock's been in this scenario before.
Beautiful util to catch him already.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Bro finessed him.
They don't even have to see the player to get the kill.
Bro, but
that was so close.
I'm not even joking at once. I'm telling you. One-sided NRG is gonna win on Breeze.
Breeze 100% भाई. Breeze में बोला Breeze आ गया तो खत्म है ये लोग.
Unless they decide to give duelist to Zek.
हाँ. The double duelist खेले तो जीतेंगे. या फिर क्लोज जाएगा, नहीं तो भाई बहुत मारने वाले हैं एनआरजी अब ब्रीज पे देखो, बहुत मारेंगे।
सू भाई सू करो।
It was a GG, bro.
It was G, bro. Yeah, it was GG, bro.
आज एपैक में क्या गेम्स है? पर एक्स का गेम है ना आज?
Oh yeah, the second map is Paper X. So Paper X, huh?
पेपर एक्स
कल जी जीत जाए, जी का कल नहीं, हाँ मतलब कल है बराबर। देखा ब्रो ये मैंने तुम्हारा, और ये लेगो है क्या ब्रो?
What are you watching, bro? Oh my god, beautiful car.
ब्रो इज दिस लेगो? आई गेस इट इज। क्लच भाई एक बंदे ने भेजा था भाई 25,000 का है भाई
ये।
हाँ ऐसा एक लेगो था उसके पास फरारी का।
हाँ होता तो है, महंगा तो होता है लेगो।
25,000 का लेगो कौन लेता है
लेगो थोड़ा
भाई?
सा अमीरों के शौक है भाई।
नहीं सस्ता भी मिलता है
भाई वो तो 2500 वाला मिलता है भाई।
तो अच्छा है ना।
भाई नहीं मतलब अच्छे अच्छे स्ट्रक्चर बहुत महंगे आते हैं हर्ष भाई।
अच्छे
बहुत
स्ट्रक्चर क्या?
बहुत महंगे आते हैं। देखो वो देखो जुरासिक पार्क देखो,
30,000
51,000 देखो।
कैसे बनाएंगे ये?
पता नहीं भाई, टाइम देखते हैं कितना टाइम
टाइम
का है
किधर
ये?
लिखता है?
उधर लिखा रहता है डब्बे पे।
रुको भाई कुछ रिवील तो नहीं होगा ना इसमें?
हो सकता है तुम।
नहीं यहाँ पे रिवील नहीं होता है गेस।
हो जाता है, हो जाता है।
कैसे?
डाल रखे हो क्या रियल इसमें एड्रेस?
हाँ
शिट।
कैसे हो जाता है?
हो जाता है ब्रो, उधर लिखा रहता है, देखो
कहाँ पे?
देखो। बाय नाउ के नीचे
नहीं लिखा हगरे।
डिलीवर टू हर्ष नई मुंबई।
अरे तो उधर का
अच्छा
इधर दिखा रहा है।
पिन कोड ही तो
पागल
दिखा
हो
रहा
के?
है, पिन कोड ही दिखा।
पागल हो के तोड़े?
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है।
अच्छा ये था उसके पास।
हर्ष भाई सुनो 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 सुनो, मेजर चीज मेजर चीज। क्लर्च ब्रो, कैन यू प्लीज टेल योर फ्रेंड हर्ष दैट आई लाइक हिम, ही इज इग्नोरिंग मी इन चैट।
लेडीज और लेडा?
लेडीज।
डीएम मी प्लीज। व्हाट्स नेम?
मन्नत।
हाँ
मन्नत।
मन्नत जी हाय।
मन्नत कौर 9861।
Yeah, sure. Yep.
लेट्स गो ब्रो।
Yep. Thank you so much for providing the information, Clash Game. Jai, bro.
Shit.
बाकी आईडी तो नहीं होगी, चैट रियल ही होगी जो होगी। गेस रैंक ब्रॉन्ज 2 शुड आई बाय लॉजिटेक?
चुनापी को जीटी वाले गेम के दिन ही क्यों बुलाए?
ओए क्लच भाई ये लॉजिटेक का नया कुछ आया है क्या?
क्या?
ओ भाई साहब लॉजिटेक का नया कुछ प्रोडक्ट आया क्या?
सुपरलाइट 2C
नहीं। सुपर स्ट्राइक क्या है?
सुपर स्ट्राइक अनरिलीज्ड है, बहुत क्रेजी माउस है, बहुत प्रोज यूज कर रहे हैं।
4 months ago, bro. Pro X2 Super Strike.
हाँ क्रेजी है वो चीज।
किधर मिलता है?
नहीं अभी नहीं मिलता ना।
तो कब मिलता है?
प्रो लोग यूज करते हैं।
हैं? तो 4 months ago क्यों लॉन्च किया इन्होंने?
हर्ष भाई रियल आईडी से बोल रहे हैं आपको लोग भाई।
मतलब
चैट में लोग ने बोला कि फेक आईडी होगी भाई बट रियल आईडी है।
हाँ क्या?
जी यार हर्ष भाई।
तुम्हें कैसे पता?
सुपर हैप्पी फॉर यू ब्रो।
तुम्हें कैसे पता रियल है?
रियल
यार
है।
तुम मेरे चैट में क्यों नहीं है?
क्योंकि तुम इग्नोर कर देते हो ना भाई।
को चेक करने दो। हाय मन्नत जी, नमस्ते। आप
What are you doing?
अरे I was checking if real or fake, bro.
What are
Just
you
checking
doing?
real or fake, bro. Nothing much.
My God, bro.
6 वाजता.
दादा तू हगून ये MIBR जिंकणार आहे 6 वाजतील. Thank you for the 40 रुपए. Thank you for the concern, ओंकार भाई. भाई साहब क्या गजब. अरे मन्नत जी मैं बेइज्जती नहीं कर रहा यार, मैं बेइज्जती नहीं कर रहा. इट्स जस्ट मार्केट में बहुत सारे फाके घूमते रहते हैं ना, दैट्स व्हाई. अब तो आदत सी है मुझको ऐसे जीने में. यार क्लच भाई ये सुपर स्ट्राइक के बताओ यार.
सुपर स्ट्राइक तुमको नहीं मिलेगा भाई.
क्यों?
क्योंकि अभी रिलीज तो होने दो.
तो ये यूट्यूब पे क्यों डाले वो लोग ने?
अबे डाले पर सिर्फ प्रोज यूज कर रहे हैं सुपर स्ट्राइक.
तो मैं भी प्रो हूँ.
हाँ तुम भी प्रो ब्रो. वही पैसा वसूल अफोर्डेबल पीसी बिल्ड. वाओ. तुम 2C ले लो ब्रो. 2C अच्छा है.
2C
ये माउस बनाया है भाई. ये कुछ तो बनाया है पर. हाँ ये मेरे को भी ट्राई करना है.
चड्डी काट ली. अबे ये वही तो है, सुपर लाइट ही तो है ये.
नहीं इसका सेंसर और ये सब बहुत अच्छा है. वेट भी शेप भी बेटर है. थोड़ा सा जो हम रहता है ना तो एडजस्ट किया है पीछे के.
गायब कर दिया. ओ भाई सामने ज्यादा झुका हुआ है शायद. ये ना उसके जैसा है.
यस ऐसे ही है.
लॉजिटेक ओपी ब्रो. लॉजिटेक के ही माउस जैसा है वो जो है ना. 65 grams. Is it good or bad?
65 grams भारी है फिर तो.
हाँ वही.
ब्रो दुनिया अभी 48 49 पे चल रही है.
मुझे 30 ग्राम वाले पे खेलना है.
30 ग्राम माउस के अंदर कुछ डाल ही नहीं. मतलब
Logitech just unveiled the Pro X2
भाई है
Super
निंजुत्सु सोरा.
Strike optical sensor. This mouse will feature 10 selectable actuation
30
steps
ग्राम
and
माउस बे.
5
कौन
rapid
सा माउस
trigger
मिलता होगा
reset
30 ग्राम
levels.
का?
Basically, you're going to be able to dial in this mouse exactly how you want it.
Definitely overkill for gamer dads like myself, but I mean, I still want to try it.
Honestly, I'm kind of digging the black and white color scheme to some of you, but that's just a bit at C.
ब्रो है भाई हर्ष भाई. 30 ग्राम में बहुत माउस मिलते हैं.
ट्रू. ब्रो व्हाट द हेल. ये साइफर कुछ भी क्या लिख रहा है. आई एम नॉट टेकन ब्रो. अबे यार मेरी चैट ही मेरी फील्डिंग लगा रही है क्लच भाई. वो मन्नत को बोल रही है आई एम टेकन. बोलता है इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट डीएम मी. और अपना डीएम डाल दिया है भाई इसने.
ओह माय गॉड.
ना माय चैट इज बैड ब्रो.
ब्रो
माय गॉड.
एल चैट ब्रो. एल चैट ऑनेस्टली.
Bros won't ever do that, bro.
Bro, he's dating Clutch. What the fuck do you mean, bro?
Oh, second on your www. Oh, bhai, ye look, bhai. Kiko on Neon is crazy.
Here, and it's going to be continuing the storyline of the unknown. I think at this point we get into Breeze where we haven't seen MIBR play it yet, but they are playing.
Bro, you always read my chats. Never felt ignored. Wow, Sanaji, dhanyawad. Thank you so much for the £2. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Back onto the Neon.
So scary.
Thank you, Sana Padan.
Crazy ho gaya thoda sa.
Trying to study the take of energy, versus Cloud9. It was nothing but energy hitting A, hitting A, hitting A.
Yeah.
But the reason of that
तो
conversation.
फिर कहाँ DM करूँ? Instagram, bro. Exclamation Insta.
मतलब आज में तुम्हारा glow up तो हुआ
They
है.
weren't used to playing against a breach.
भाई मुझे शर्म आ रही है, भाई please stop.
Glow up so hard. That रात के भाई रात में नहीं दिन के 6 बजे people are asking you out. Bro, I think that's a privilege. दिन के 6 बजे if someone is asking you out, इसका मतलब you are there, bro, up there. The big leagues. The big leagues.
The rest of the map.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the £2, Sanaji.
Is going to react with their attack side onto their attack side and how NRG reacts. Aspas back on Jet, not on the race. You know the comfortability is going to click there.
चाहिए और ramp walk चालू करना चाहिए.
कौन से ब्रांड के लिए?
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton.
हाँ ऐसा ही कुछ.
Louis Vuitton का मेरे पास है वैसे कलेक्शन.
अच्छा क्या है आपके पास?
बैग ली थी एक.
अच्छा.
thing you have to pay attention when you're watching this game for energy on the defense is how they do their setups initially, especially around Scuba in terms of the walls. I think I've counted like 5 or 6 different walls that he throws onto the defensive side, which really throws the attacker side for a loop of where the main positioning could be.
Arey, take care, yaar, you by no worries, bro. Keep that Lambo, bro.
Already, as you see from energy, trying to keep them MIBR from really crossing that line and getting real information as they're going through the toxic screen for an actual hit. So MIBR realizing that wall, they want to play a little bit more slowly at the start.
And where does energy play? Either in front of that wall or right next to it to make the plays. A third one to come out mid, as well as Ethan was there to protect and cover.
NRG in defense.
They crash back all the way over towards Mazzino. So this may be a touch and go. Unless they get a kill. They're trying to confirm something. It might be a peek from Kiko.
Reman के side पे जा रही है MIBR.
Smith though, but that should still sound the alarm for MIBR to move in.
Aspas with the creep in, a little silent last game, and he shouts to start this one. Scuba takes him down as they get a quick trade on for the 4v4. But remember, we still have a little bit of space over here for Mazzino.
Exactly. You still have the insert of Mazzino at the bottom at the same time, as you've just mentioned, in the recon ping 2 on that B side, so they know they have some room to work with, some time to work with. And it's still another
They're still going B.
Back down towards that middle and looking to finish towards A. This is so far a perfect read and a perfect play because NRG are playing soft side, A side to try to play that flood retake that they're, by the way, really good at, as we just mentioned on this map.
Yeah. Not too much util for that retake, so they're going to have to do it in numbers. Smokes to cut off the site, and they just have a gigantic playground once they clear this to mess with and set up that garrison.
Gigantic.
Themselves locked in for the post plant. MIBR taking the first round down to red on the timer. And they get what they want on A.
Strongest plant you can have right there too. Not tucked into the pyramid, really on the outside, so you can play towards main because they have that freedom to do so as they went and walked into an open site.
Kiko has to break crosshairs. Dark goes out.
Shot. Oh, what a clean round for MIBR, bro.
Great job by MIBR.
Crazy.
Very sturdy in that defense and pistol round here on Breeze.
Yeah, just very good as well for MIBR in the post.
Match देखने दे, Hagre distract कर रहा है.
Offsite for, you know,
Hagre बोल दी इस chat.
Already gained so much space in the beginning, and the way that they re-cleared from elbow back towards middle, and they've already identified 2 players on that B side. They already have to think that a rotate's going to be coming back through middle. So what do? You go back to re-close that gap with the crossfire setup, and there was no way for energy to get through.
Pistol, holy.
Wait, but what?
Wait, but what? Oh, we'll never know.
But it was a clean pistol for MIBR, for sure. Ain't eco for energy, and Really, we're just playing full classics, trying to keep economy on our end flowing to potentially maybe get an op up as soon as possible onto Lada.
Yeah, NRG in very one-for-one trade areas right now with a long-range backup. It doesn't look like anybody's going to bite just yet. Slow movement up. MIBR went full contact into that last round. It looks like they'll do a bit of the same, just getting some cover in mid for themselves.
Oi.
Jump spot. I mean, Ospa sees him. He's just waiting for the reflood from elsewhere. Oh,
look at the guy. Little no scoper.
It's pass.
And they're pushing. They're saying, wait.
Oh, cuteness se.
NRG runs down mid, and they're actually able to gun one down. Is that? Can you protect this? Is the question. Almost. Scuba's
Am I cute, chat?
As the shock dart lands at the feet of Verno. It's just a 2v3.
Well, they were coming to play.
2v2?
Picking up that Marshall and getting another. It's a 2v2. Mazzino might be walking into Brock.
Nah, are you serious, Mazzino?
Brock with the Bulldog.
Oh, Zek can win it for sure. For sure, Zek can win it.
Exactly.
No headshot.
Oy, oy, oy.
Got tagged. That's quite a bit of damage.
उसके हाथ में क्या है? Bulldog है, bro. Brock. No time though.
They're guaranteeing the round.
There it is.
Good eco, bhai. Very good eco. Nikal. A lot. No, you are harsh. No, no. Hell nah. Yes. Fish की टट्टी. चल रहे हगा से. Hotty हो आप. Harsh bhai, you are not cute. भाई मैं ब्लश क्यों कर रही? मेरे को सो जाना चाहिए. मन्नत जी. You are a Casanova. What is Casanova? Harsh bhai, I'm guy for you.
Just looking for the contact play to flash to the window and crunch through.
What is happening, chat?
It worked. They did some great damage as MIBR tried to rotate across towards that A site. They took full control of that middle and almost made it very winnable on their side.
Yeah, the through the window play is clean, especially when you can catch a team off guard with that. Viper wall. Towards right side again, actually a little bit farther in this time as it looks like they want to stay for this fight.
और मां spam में मार दी इसमें.
Motto with the wall bang there as Scuba wants to stand true in sight. Oh, that's tough.
Oh, Kiko. खुद को stun कर दिया बे.
And they're still trying to make this fight.
Wow.
On the corner, Zekin gets another two.
Crazy Zekin.
And now they're trying to fight Brock off the corner. And he is not going to give him more than just a shoulder each time. So Tex takes the whole pie for himself.
1v2.
And now it's just Ethan. Moving in on two.
Bro, दोनों को लो कर दिया.
Stars to work with to create the site that he wants to see. That's a full smoke coming through.
Oh, is he going to wrap them?
And he's trying to re-clear back towards B main potentially. But it feels like he misses that timing with that smoke disappearing on that left side. So now the question marks are up. Where did NRG, or sorry, where did MIBR go? So she's going to have to wait to hear for that plant.
He has a bit of a battle star he can use in Dismiss to get himself in if it's necessary, but he's just going for the shot.
Oh my god, Verno!
His first kill is a big one.
What a shot!
For MIBR.
Stay stoic. And
that was solid.
Winning it against Zekin, who's been hot since that second map was split.
उसने काइको बोला है?
ना भाई काइको क्यों बोलता है भाई?
Somebody on the side of MIBR to try to clutch it and keep the dream alive. Because how does Zekin stay alive there, by the way?
ये का नहीं तो साला भेजा होगा साइको रे.
Still gets 2 kills on top of it and back at Castle.
Vant, it's been a painful few rounds.
Yeah, for NRG's camp for sure.
They're on classics again, even with the deaths. MIBR still buying pretty true here, and Ospas goes for the value purchase of an outlaw.
I mean, they are expecting some sort of
MIBR
play
is
once
winning
again.
3-0.
Again, I'll have to go back to
Now
MIBR.
4-0.
Ospas just opening and closing that door. And now you're making sure you're re-clearing on the top of elbows so that you don't go for these type of trap plays. And as it's been cleared out by Zekin, that might pull the rotate
by round of MIBR.
on the B site, especially if they have contact on A. So they're going to walk in to spot that first and scout it.
Ooh, yeah, that's an ability use just seen on the edge, I think. Oh, yeah. Cleaned up by Tex.
Wait, they're still walking into that. The spike's making their way towards A main.
Bro.
Yeah, they haven't cleared it yet. I think that might have a change of heart in the play as the 4 members of NRG
मला
now
तू
gather
आवडतेस.
inside.
मला तुझ्याबद्दल अजून अधिक जाणून
Excursion and the kills coming through. Ospas Boss. One bullet, one kill all day.
Okay. Oh my god, Brock got 2.
Brock gets a few cheeky classic kills, but MIBR is still smothering NRG.
Good morning, Slayer Gaming Zone.
Yep. Don't try to fall back and play the clean game of Valorant. Just brute force your way through and just cycle these ults. You are playing the anti-eco for MIBR here.
OT handsome
they load up
Are
3 ults going into the round number 5. That was just an easy pick from Tex in the beginning. You just talked about the orb coming through.
You are cute as pig. ठीक है साले.
They knew that it was close. They open it up.
ऋषि तेरी चैट नहीं दिख रही यार.
अगर ये MIBR जीती है तो MIBR versus G2.
So money's back though, not
या तो और अगर सिर्फ फुरिया जीत गई तो
early ult from Zekin to clear out the A side, and it'll be a 5-man hit on that spot.
Cosmic Divide, bar split on the left.
Nice try.
He chooses the movable target, and Kiko says, no thanks, I got backup. Another one comes out. So we're crossing the galaxies here. Oh, Mata, knowing they made the door play earlier, thinks that
ये round में मैं तो सो गया था.
Beautifully calls that one. Now it's Zekin MIBR and squad with 3 left alive here.
Good morning.
Spike with them.
Good night, bhaiyo.
Right now,
good night, Lala.
Yeah. See the push down from Mata.
क्या इतने रात तक करते हो यार?
मस्ती.
The gap is currently towards elbow, where they could walk up
तो हम miss out कर
which
रहे
is
हैं.
why here you
All
see
will be revealed
Kiko
in
looking
due
all the way
time.
back towards that spawn still.
Let's
There's
go,
a huge
bro.
gap around this spot for the attackers to take.
See you guys. Bye bye.
We have
Good
the
night.
smoke on the elbow too, just to support. Now finally a TP as well from Mata to support Ethan on site.
Coming in, playing around their smokes. That's going to give a little bit more room to Verno to try and squeeze something out of this wall, create the pressure where he can get through. He checks the space to the right. A drone hits him out. Ooh, that was so perfectly. What precision coming in from Ethan. And the spike is down. 13 seconds. Doesn't look like it's going to be possible this time. And NRG just
NRG को round आ गया.
And seek game to get this.
Who is going to sleep midstream? I feel the same.
Just tried to play
I'm gonna sleep like this.
On the side of MIBR on that hit.
Yeah.
That wall across we'll talk about in the next round, but they're trying to have the dimensional drift TP outside of an astral wall and swing out for a kill. And unfortunately, the sprays missed. Couldn't get that kill onto that side right there. I think that was Scoop that we just saw, and he's able to take him down. So that had to cancel out the MIBR play. They tried to re-pivot in the mid-round, but they just lost too many players in the process as they're trying to re-hit towards B. So that wall that they had across, they just tried to get the TP right at that angle for Zekin to come out of.
A little bit of what Brock was saying earlier. They're so late in these rounds, and MIBR starts to flex that late round again. I mean, the comment was about defense, but it still applies here to attack.
Oh, भाई आसपास इतना fast है वो लोग aware ही नहीं है. What? How? What? भाई कैसे clutch भाई?
अरे भाई बेवड़े हैं क्या थोड़े से भाई?
Bro आसपास और मारा यार.
They're getting exactly what they need, but it's not planted yet, and NRG's made quite a move across the map.
So many slices across the board, creating question marks too. But as soon as the walls come down, finally MIBR knows that they have space to work with. And then the money is still pretty decent for NRG to try to work with something here to attempt the retake.
Yep.
Really comes down now to Mata to slowly creep up here, but as soon as he makes it towards main, that will probably activate now all 3 of them trying to flood back. It'll be all individual fights on the side of NRG.
Let's see if they bring up the X walls again. Once this goes down, it seems like there's a lot of gas to work with here.
Whoa.
Starts to go up. Mata at the perfect moment finds Mazzino and gets to hide behind the wall after the fact. 7 bullets left, makes it count.
3v3
in as well as he's still creating the pressure for the rest of the team. Now coming from spawn,
1v1. Oh my god, bro. What is that draw, bro? Oh, अच्छा डिफ्यूज नहीं कर पाएगा.
Lose a lot, but hold off.
Just great delay.
क्या हुआ?
कितना लेट आ रहा है भाई कितना
He
लेट.
flashes to announce his presence, and then you see the other players moving
मत
through.
सो यार, G2 का फेवरेट टीम में. अरे नहीं, G2 वाला मैच नहीं देख पाऊंगा बंटा.
It's just not enough vision for the other 2 players of NRG to really help out Mata. So yeah, he's getting 4 kills because everybody's moving into group together.
Oh my god. You guys look solid though, I'm not gonna lie.
And that's it, right? The fires, the shots are still there for the side of NRG.
Nah, bro, what
Just
is
right now
happening
it's-
in my chat?
We talked about pulse plant scenarios that didn't really work out for NRG.
Clutch
That was
दिखाया
actually
क्या? हाँ, I
their
guess Khelraay
attack side of the
देखेंगे.
pulse plant
Khelraay की
versus
stream पे
Cloud9.
देखना.
This time it's the retake.
G2
that's a
versus
little bit
Furia
harder to
है.
take against MIBR.
We're seeing a huge mentality shift in Kiko go shotgun. And now
Ayo.
Kiko up. Mata goes down to Zekin here, and elbow as Kiko still has a line on mid, but he's not going to find much. The play is here. It's up to Scuba once again. We've seen some very stellar sight holds, and he already delays 4 people, but will he be ready for this gate crash that's going to happen behind him? Nice hide. Ooh.
Caught क्या?
I think that should still feel that there's somebody there, though. This is a common spot.
Up and over. Aspas is already atop the ladder. Should be able to
Okay,
play that
good for
off
one.
Sight, and it looks like they'll be happy with the situation here. They have to worry about Brock, though. He's still trying to make plays in the back of the site. The team allows him
Bro,
to do
does
that.
he know
Knows it's
the...
safe,
Oh,
knows it's
shit.
comfortable for him, and he
Oh,
gets it
shit.
down to Aspas.
Aspas got cooked, bro.
Knows exactly
3v3
where
though.
Tex is for a moment. So that's gonna
वो
fizzle
flank
out
पे flank.
as he doesn't enter the smoke right
Crazy
away.
ना Warno, क्या angle hold किया?
Verno's been doing that across the series for them, catching these lurker flanks to come
Oh.
back across.
Oh my god.
What? Somehow he's
2v2.
still in sight. He still hasn't been identified, just living next to the Viper wall, and eventually takes it out. Brock doing work right now. They're going to know exactly where one is. They just have to identify where Zekin is here after the darts come through. Brock is on it, but he gets taken down finally, and Zekin's
Bro,
able to
what
clear
a round by
Kiko.
MIBR.
Really
क्या
methodical
सही
movements
recon
on the
वगैरह दिया है
defense,
भाई.
but MIBR was able to work around it.
Yeah, it's just now 2 rounds from MIBR.
So, Varsh bhai, ये तो one-sided हो रहा है, bro.
Down and forcing the hand of energy, the pressure of working against the time on that retake. Great punish to
7-5 half होगा देखो.
first, but it looked almost
7-5.
doable at some point when this pit came down with this spray right here from Brock. But look at how Zekin continues to bob and weave, tuck in, come out, just bait that push forward from Brock. So they could double swing in the end and do full pressure and take down their opponents. That forces
A
now
much
the
needed
first timeout
timeout.
for the side of energy, where finally
Aspas and Zekin top fragging is crazy.
भाई वो दोनों मार रहे तो फिर खत्म है.
Up there, Aspas and Zekin 6 and 6.
But I still feel
3, Mata 6 and 5, and Kiko is 1 and 6. And I said that was a big mentality change. It was Kiko sliding in and just obliterating people, pulling the rug out from under him.
Clutch भाई मेरे iPhone में ना वो नज में mic use कर रहा है ऐसा वाला light आता है
वो
बस.
glitch है.
पक्की बात?
हाँ, restart करो देखो, सही हो जाएगा.
Jordan
भी
Higgins
आता है.
mentioned here at the beginning of this game, where almost a way to play almost an easy mode is to play that double duelist, right? You could really try to smother sites, to take sites, to really disrupt here the defense on the attack side, and it seems to work pretty decently for MIBR. They're almost pulling it to the finish line for the side of energy, though, in these post-plant scenarios where it gets so close.
Custom chat.
Yeah.
It comes down to that 1v1. I think that was 2 1v1s that he lost at the very beginning at the piston round in that 3rd round, and then just previously now a 2v2 that came down to the wire that was won here by MIBR. So it's just a matter of cleaning up some small things here to work those funnies for the retake of energy that they could keep this game close.
Not able to follow right away on the drone.
Khelraay.
Not really wanting too much off of this as well, as they are stopped in their tracks for the time being.
दोस्तों वैसे अगर आप लोगों को मेरे साथ कनेक्ट करना है, देखिए मुझे आप लोगों के साथ कनेक्ट करना बहुत पसंद है, तो आप लोग मुझे इंस्टाग्राम पे डीएम कर सकते हो. मैं अपने चैट के साथ कनेक्ट करना ज़रूर चाहूँगा. मैं टेक्स्ट पे बात करता हूँ.
So right now this still allows here for MIBR to or brute force their way through, or just cancel out and cut the rotates.
That's
and
the second,
brute forcing the way through works.
Second person that's died there, just like that in the last few rounds. MIBR continues to clear that. Now Brock wondering how many have made it in. Zekin sits between the pillars.
Wow, Zekin.
Get some effect down, but it's
और
Zekin
यड़
on
भगा रहे
both
भाई.
sides of the site, getting work done.
I mean, that's the issue of losing mid control for the side of energy. You saw that Mata felt that pressure on the split later on, and he just got backstabbed there by Zekin.
10 HP.
10 HP.
Now what? 7-1.
Great mid lurks from both Tex and Mazzino. So Energy's game plan was, okay, we're going to try to fight toe-to-toe against MIBR with the fast tempo that they've been playing with the first hits that they have. But then this time we changed the tempo for MIBR and just a false sense of paranoia.
Okay, now is the round जिसके लिए time out लिए थे NRG ने.
They all got backstabbed.
They must have slept with that VOD.
Kiko ult करने वाला है.
NRG playing Breeze defense. This
defense,
is absurd from MIBR right now, especially after what we saw in the first game, the mental reset for game 2, and MIBR isn't even skipping a beat as we now head into the long haul of game 3.
Kiko क्यों छोड़ के गया भाई?
Heading towards B. Looks like they're going to focus on it.
We had a 7-1 scoreline for NRG on the map of Abyss. Now a 7-1 on this half for MIBR.
Great भाई, आसपास को lurk मिल गया.
Strong attack sign, and Aspas, at least at the beginning of this round, is low on HP, but still a player advantage for the side of MIBR with Scuba, who's died at a spot where he got a highlight reel just last week. So as we talked as much about Bonkar studying their opponents and really working out a strong game plan to anti-strat or find the tendencies against their opponents, Fraud does the same thing here for MIBR.
This is a 7-1 round where Verno or Aspas decide, hey, it's also an outlaw round again in the econ. So they're just in numerous ways stacking their advantages, keeping money in their hands. And this one as well, a split, they would lose a lot per round. Everybody going down here, they're getting a lot more people through to that next round.
And it brings back to that win con that we mentioned for MIBR versus Envy. It's Aspas on the snipes on the attack side. And it took 3 maps for them to finally pull that through because it was part of their game plan and it works.
आगा था Kiko, but ठीक है.
Kiko gets on point though. Yeah, he found his aim here. Now is the slide coming through, but Mazzino is very accurate with it.
और बे दोनों 1 HP है.
Though, and a great delay here by Brock. Both are just a shot away from going down.
बे
This would
आसपास.
be incredible if MIB are able to pull this off.
सब 1 HP आसपास के लिए honestly.
For a moment, and then he'll be looking forward here to help Mazzino.
Yeah, he was afraid of a flank, so now a 3 versus 1.
Ooh. They want to seal the deal. I mean, the damage could have been
Oh,
called
that's
through
not
by
his
those who've
plan?
gone down
That's
already,
crazy.
but NRG is not messing around here. It's going to be a defuse, smart play with Dimensional Drift. And they should be able to find Aspas at the last moment. Maybe leave him alive with his Outlaw.
And they need to stay alive for
he's got a
NRG. They
Vandy.
can't chase. He had like 2 players at 200 credits left. Those that died were like 100 left. They needed to keep those weapons. So I respect that. Dimensional Drift guarantee the round.
किया था, punish नहीं किया Zekan ने उसको Swift के लिए भाई.
Trailing behind by 6 before.
The push finally affects them there too.
तो game बच जाता
They get a
उसका
little
अभी.
bit out of trying to take this mid area. It really hasn't paid off for them, but folds over into a win for that last round.
Let's go.
Aspas changing back to a rifle this round, so potentially upping the tempo with some mid control.
Oh my god, I'm cooking. I guess I'm gonna sleep now.
This time, there's still the Dimensional Drift, but it's not being used, so they'll just leverage Zeki to find out where the last player is at. The stun.
Almost. Scuba's able to
Oh
find
my
him,
god,
though. Very
Kiko.
nice control over the Viper wall there, but the swarm here by MIBR is still too
Oh boy,
much.
so
Tax
bro मेरे को लगा
onto
Kiko निकाल
Brock.
लेगा.
And now they search for Ethan, who's on his rotation over it. It looks like NRG might be gaining a footing in these rounds, and then MIBR does something like this.
Well, seems like a little bit of a miscomm on the side of NRG. They did great to trade things off at the very beginning, but then you have Kiko coming through with the overdrive to trying to open up that site behind Ethan that's lagging behind, so far behind on a rotate after a Dimensional Drift. Sorry, a Cosmic Divide. So it just allowed here MIBR to go for a 3-player swing against Kiko, and now Ethan has to clutch a 1v3.
Getting these moments where you want to be a part of the play that helps stop everything, and you almost forget about the state of the game sometimes. Mazzino cleans that one up, 9 and 6 for him, and 8 and 2.
डुल रहा हूँ भाई, डुल रहा हूँ अभी तो मैं ऐसा डुल रहा हूँ.
We still keep this Cosmic Divide on the attack side from that previous round. A bit of lurks as well. I mean, they're just finding everything from sight hits to lurk kills.
Nice.
MIBR, it's a whole different story from that first look of Abyss.
Yeah. And Zakin as well.
Is that
These
second
last
timeout,
plays
chat? I guess it is a
selflessly
second
going in,
timeout.
Allowing
Steps
still
complete
the other
करते हैं.
duelists to sit in the back, hit those shots, find the snipes. The round there for NRG was stopped in their favor. But yeah, Zakin's just being very selfless right now on this Yoru. But also making plays when he can. 11 and 5 there at the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, and just based off recency bias of how things have been going here for NRG on Breeze in the past to see that Bonkar has to use both of his timeouts on defense.
Yeah.
Might pose a problem once they start the attack side, a side that they not necessarily struggled, but they had to use multiple rounds to learn how C9 did their playstyle on that map. And if you don't have any more timeouts to work with on the second half, and MIBR is pulling a whole different playstyle than Furia does with this comp, and NRG has nothing to work with, so this is the most important timeout right now for NRG to stay in this game and give themselves a chance to be one step away from being the first seed qualifying into Masters Santiago for the Americas.
ओ भाई साहब, ये जो जीतेगा वो क्वालिफाई है क्या क्लर्च भाई?
अपर फाइनल ये जो जीतेगा और फुरिया G2 जो जीतेगा
8-2
वो क्वालिफाई,
वो दोनों में से
एक क्वालिफाई फिर
मिडिल
well good for this squad. Can they keep it up is the question. There's still another half to go, but even more so rounds here in the first half. If NRG can get these last two, they'll be sitting much better.
हर्ष भाई कोई हाई प्रोटीन चीज बताओ भाई जो तुरंत मिले.
An explosion here towards this B side where once again
chicken
by Ethan. He's been
Anda.
very good dancing around this map before.
Yogurt.
Winning so much util, but that shot breaks the recon, gives his position away. It still gets the kill though on the second.
पहली बार second punish हुआ.
Still orbing out, unfortunately, as he hit behind the wall. One teammate down, flicks the crosshair to get an answer on the close spot. Far, and then his left. And that's Brock. And
bro, did you see that?
So fast on the reaction.
Nah, that's not as fast, bro.
Themselves around after the timeout.
So
that's not as fast, bro.
पर वो माड़ा क्या था?
माड़ा तो player है पाशा.
In this game,
right now,
but at this point in that back of the side, I usually call Castle for me. You're gonna have to start calling this buddy. He's just deadly.
Bro is a player.
But at least they find that footing after the timeout, converted here after the round 10 timeout. The economy still pretty good for MIBR. Hunter's Fury available as well. They're looking to fake a conditioning for mid control. Clone the dash.
Bro, nah भाई. अगर ऐसा खेला माड़ा तो यरी भगाया देगा भाई.
A showing of skill from him currently to keep NRG in these rounds. You said it was a 3 or a 4, right? That was a 2. So they might struggle a bit here. But
actually, thankfully it's last round.
Yeah. We'll see. Still got to find Aspas, Verno, and Mazzino.
Wow.
Verno does the finding first. Brock goes down.
Ethan. Wow, Verno. Damn, bhai.
So clean.
9-3 half.
Engages that he's finding.
And the drone actually saw Kiko towards that back of the spawn, and Scuba thought that he had a timing off that flank, but it looks like MIBR flipped that map, flipped the site, contained themselves within the back of Ethan.
Spot.
Hearing a little bit of reload, but
कैसा retake होगा भाई?
Anything. It'll be 2-3 people stacked on each other, so you got to be very careful. This is Kiko. Scuba makes a little bit of noise, so Kiko can maybe have a free look if a head was turned. Oh my gosh.
He decides to what?
There's almost not enough time for you to do anything, so we'll cut off the entryway. And Kiko here has to get it to half almost in this instant. Because it's going to be 2 people playing cat mouse right now. A great first half here by MIBR. And Aspas will find the 3K.
Crazy.
The 9-3 does go in their favor.
Okay, good half. 9-3 half it is.
Within the half. A timeout where you thought that NRG maybe could have strung 2 rounds in a row to close that gap. But MIBR continues to be amazing in these post-plant scenarios in terms of delays. And forcing that clock against NRG.
Oof. So nicely
done.
We're gonna be throwing it down to Emily, who's standing by with our on-site co-streamer, Lucky.
अरे माँ योरू और आइसो बैठे उधर.
Now that we've seen both teams
Loki.
kind of live up to their expectations, NRG dominating that map.
हाँ भाई दोनों मचा रहे.
MIBR coming back in map 2. How are you feeling about this map 3? And is MIBR gonna be like the super team of America to actually find success this early?
I definitely think so. I think there's so much firepower on this team. It's so exciting seeing them play finally. I know with roster mania happening and everything, everybody had a lot to say about MIBR, and I think they're living up to the hype. I think map 1 was a little bit of a misstep for them, but it just goes to show that it could be anybody's game. But I'm backing MIBR today, and I really think they could take it all the way.
Wow, I love to hear that. You know, let's send it back to the casters and see this map play out.
Thank you so much, Lockie and Emily. Another MIBR backer, Vans. How is the prediction feeling?
I mean, it should still be okay. It should still be okay.
I think I see your crystal ball crack.
Well, it's already cracked. That's why it was taped in the first place. But that said, I mean, it's NRG on the attack side too, and I guess the sweet spot right now, if you want to have some hopes in the copium on NRG's camp, if you're an NRG's fan,
right,
is that the timeouts and the ways that they were hitting towards the A site were just A sites. So they still have openings where if they want to start to work defaulting towards middle, towards B site, we don't really have that look yet that could be studied on the side of MIBR. So I think with what, if I'm thinking of the mental game, try to work towards the A site first, just start conditioning that as well, since you already did that so many times before against Cloud9, and then activate from there. So this is a very important pistol round for them to take if they want to choose that same type of plow hit towards that A site. If it lands on their side, it gives them stronger hope right now to really work the map in the long run.
Yeah. Can it be a pistol round for NRG here? They need it. Yeah, they're going to rush it. Or at least, like you said, condition. If they're going to sound like they hit it fast with 5 stampeding feet and then cut, right? But it looks like a walk up here, as much as they can to contact.
Yeah, still looking to be an 8 finish at the beginning, though. So, Viper Wall, Clone. Right now, they could be fairly quick and put all their bodies on that site.
अब NRG attack करेगी ना भाई.
Might have Kiko's wall for them to rotate if they want to, but they're flipping that site again.
This is what they did against C9. They had 3 push out under the bridge. This time they're only keeping backside safe.
3 yellow kill रहे, 3 from mid.
Here we have the double door push. A quick trade on both sides.
Nice sweet trade, nice भाई.
First in MIBR comes across the board, but not before.
3v3.
One more kill. Sheriffs. First,
ये Kiko एक मारेगा at least.
From MIBR if they can stack it together here. And there's one of them.
Wow, भाई.
Tearing the head off of Kiko.
क्या मार रहे भाई ये लोग?
To flood and get
the
rest of the team to show where they're hiding. Mata still
playing that. Nah, bro, that's crazy. Wow, pass.
And now Scuba. A god in the Sheriff clutch. 1 and almost a second. The spike's not even at the half right now. Scuba's got one more shot. Aspas is gonna find
Bro, Aspas थोड़ा सा है.
Scuba does it again.
वो नाचने जा रहा था. Bro, क्या player लोग हैं भाई ये लोग. Shit.
अब ये लोग निकाल दिए पिस्टल बे. Comeback आ सकता है अब.
You knew it was going to be chaos when it came down to a 5v5 retake in the end.
Shit,
boy.
भाई.
It was a dangerous position for Ethan to play at that mid double doors, as it's
क्या round था ये भाई.
Thankfully he gets one, and then Scuba is forced in a position when he has to try to clutch
What
again.
a round, bro. What a
He
round.
does so by the saving grace of no remaining bullets for most importantly Aspas there. Because at least our spikes down on that side, and NRG gets that very important pistol round that they needed.
You love to see it. Brutal rounds, taking everything from everyone. It's necessary to get through for the W. 3 towards B here to start them off. Is the action going to start right away? Does NRG say we're going even faster now that we have guns? But they don't disrespect. They keep it safe here.
It's interesting. They made a lot
Amen
of
कितना
noise
push
from that
करके
inside.
बैठी है भाई MIBR.
They're moving up towards middle
वो
to
bait and switch
push for
करने के
that
लिए रुका
spawn,
है.
but I thought it was going to be a round where they wanted to disrespect MIBR, but they're slowing things down and looking for the question mark at that minute mark. Who's going to push through? Scuba's going to spot one.
Wow. Wow.
Only one.
Dink Dink. Zekin with his MIBR classic. Sentinels, buddy. There on the kill, but oh my god, Kiko! Doesn't need a buddy on that entry, just flies straight through with 2 Vandal slides.
Oh bro, Aspas should stop that.
He has to peek again to at
क्या
least
मार
see
रहा
what's going on,
बंटा
'cause
है.
he'll just get pushed out.
Kiko's low though. And
Good night,
already
Manat.
Zekin's there on that backstab, dropping down towards that window. The gap's closed as soon as the smoke, or the spike gets planted, sorry.
No weapons really within range to grab at this point. And nothing given up by Scuba on the other side of the map. And a quick cleanup.
Fine 9 score. अभी buy round है अगर NRG ये बाय राउंड जीती है उनका, I mean bonus round जीती है, तो कुछ होगा.
NRG grabbing the pistol rounds and some of them have been going to the wayside and it's paid off for sure as they put their foot down here.
भाई मेरे को नहीं लगता कमबैक होगा वैसे. चैट क्या लगता है तुम्हें कमबैकेबल है ये? I doubt.
Keeping 3 players alive on that previous round, they could still go for a really good buy. 4 Vandals. Marshall going into the bonus and still having enough money to work within the next round on the attack side. That's what we were talking about before.
Bro, bonus में 4 Vandal है इन पे. Wow, Aspas, what is that position? They just pushed out without a recon, without a drone. That was a bit horrific.
That was not the case.
And it's funny that hasn't been checked.
That was a bit horrific by NRG.
On top with a jet.
Bro, that was like crazy, bro.
Was right there with the gravity.
Why would they go in like that, bro?
More difficult for anyone to follow up on that jump through. And NRG on a round, pretty gunned up here.
They have to come out with a miracle now at this point. They've wasted a lot of util and also given the hand of what they were doing after they were pushed back on the B side hit. So faking a presence on top mid, but now they just have to group up and hoping that they find the timing on how they want to walk back here for the A main control. Yeah, after that drone though, that's already the call. You have to push it. Wait, he's pushing with the spike.
Oh, scene. Yeah, that it's kind of, you're in a fog of war for a moment. You know, you're trying to make a play, you forget what's happening. That fog of war can affect anybody in these tight moments. But we see him recoup and back into the safety of this drone before they make the play.
Desperate नहीं किया वो लोग. इसको try कर रहे थे. Why contact उनको लगा नहीं कि वैसा कोई hold करके रखा रहेगा.
Oh my gosh, they swing together so well, and they know they're covered once they do so. Kind of Zekin pausing on that smoke though, knowing the aim is there. Wait for the roundabout to come in from Tech. 9-5 now as the bonus goes to MIBR.
Yeah, you're starting to feel the jitters on the side of MIBR too. So yeah, not only are you staying within that site, but you were still in a position to try to trade off against each other based off the info or the contact that you get. And Kiko actually turned away from the angle that he was watching when he heard.
वो angle बहुत annoying है यार जो आसपास ने अभी रखा है.
It's making them react in the wrong way. And MIBR capitalizes on the flood right after
the
falls. So MIBR, they stopped the bleeding early. No bonus round conversion for NRG. So once again, changing that story in this third map. Giving a lot of chance here for MIBR to prove that they are that super team that was built throughout the offseason.
It is so wild to see Aspas switching back and forth in his agent pool and just how much that jet excels all
they're pushing in
but
fast.
That's not the case for the current round. It is the push in from NRG. They need to root themselves.
Is Aspas gonna updraft? No.
To make sure NRG or MIBR can not get back in. Aspas is trying to do that just by himself. All 5 are here for the 5v5 retake. A few watching back towards main. Actually, only Kiko is now the smoke's clear. The dust settles and the fight begins. Trades towards that left side crab. Everybody needs to get there.
It's about to get bloody.
It's about to get bloody, and that time is still ticking down on the spike. The move needs to happen now for MIBR. They're all activating towards the left side of the site. They're all going to have to just
chaotic होने वाला है वो.
One, the bulldog fired into the smoke isn't really going to give much back. But
no time. Wow.
Just out of the smoke. This makes it
so
good
round. Okay, 6-10, nice. But that was a bit expensive round. Bhai sab kya ho raha tha ye round mein?
To make it weird.
You're gonna have to look back at the POV of the 10 players. I think down to that 5v5 retake, it's a cloudburst to a nebula to a slice wall. It was
क्या डाल रहे थे भाई? एक के सामने एक 5 जन है.
Right at that spike, where he got as bloody as possible.
Everything in arm's reach at the end of the round.
But all those smokes, it also slowed down the push from MIBR, and now you're seeing very similar looks into NRG towards the end of these pulse plans, where they're able to really run down that clock and pressure out MIBR to make these mistakes. But thankfully, there's still another lifeline for MIBR, enough economy for another buy. The last one into the belt before they have to potentially go into a half buy here, and it's Dimensional Drift from Mada that clears out the full B site.
Yeah, Mazzino had 4 stars
dropped on the site. Mada ने गंदा alt खोला. He wasn't aware कि वो Arjus से ये revealed है.
on the way back, dividing that site in two, help them to slow it down. But
good trade.
Drops Verno on the way back in, so they have a little bit
Good
of trouble
kill.
where
Never
the
mind.
members are. On the side of NRG, a moment to take a breath here as MIBR sets up. The concuss comes through, and Kiko gets another one from the same spot at the back of site.
Oh my god, 1v1.
Aspas versus 2. We see it come down to this again, and he may
1v2 hai be.
smoke. He will get half through the smoke. It's about to clear. He's going to try to hold it. Pulls him off. Just a little vuln for now. And yeah, that's going to be another round for NRG off of time. Playing so well in these moments to string it out as long as they can.
7-10 अभी इको आ गया रहेगा.
I wonder what happened there too with that star taking a little bit of time. I wonder if the recall was a little bit too late for Ethan and he was struggling waiting for the star to be activated again so he could actually pull that grab.
Mannat, thank you for the huge 180. Oh my god, thank you so much, Mannat.
Immediate Hunter's Fury. Yeah. So it could still continue to
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
A lot of value back.
Mannat Gaming YD, thank you for the huge 180 on Super Chat. Means a lot. Thank you so much.
To win it off time. So that question mark that we had, how does NRG look on the attack side? It looked a little bit rough. It's a breach comp that they had to be acquainted to. But now understanding here how this comp is being played by MIBR that's been seen before by other teams. Looks like they have found their footing on their own attack side, even denying that orb being picked up by Verno.
कसम Verno को बिठा दिया.
Put him one away from getting the ult in the next
8-10
round.
bro. Small support before bedtime. Have fun. पता नहीं message क्यों नहीं गया. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Means a lot. Thank you so much.
Towards the B side, a little bit of sound
Good
over
night.
towards what Tex heard, but I think he can call that they have to go towards that mid side or at least start leaning. Another B hit comes in slowly for NRG on this one. And now once Kiko's
Astra भी देखो smoke में भाग रहा है. अरे कई सारे मारने के लिए. बैल माफिक.
Situation. Okay, I was. You just see the mini map smothering red coins over.
MIBR का timeout आ गया.
They're gonna see him eventually, right?
I mean, if Ethan keeps playing these spots and bobbing and weaving in those angles, they have to check those when they play their own attack side too. So, very nicely done. Aspas even just trying to die to Spike.
He's being his best DJ.
I guess so.
Honestly, that's the only thing I can do when I pick this up.
Shh, I just want to listen to the song.
I'm sorry. It just shows that we need more things to inspect, play with in-game, Riot. More things.
There you go. Dyna Spike in the end, so very clean in terms of how he plays that disadvantage position for Aspas, but this is now NRG closing that gap.
10-8 right now.
Class में वो भी class में बेशरम.
Guys, the pressure is on for them, bro. Pressure is on.
That the pressure's on for them.
And that's
yep, they took the timeout.
So well for NRG with that last timeout that we talked about here for Bonkar that called at level 10.
Yeah.
Or round 10, excuse me. That now was so important because now it forces MIBR to throw their own timeout, and now Bonkar has the opportunity to talk to
like the stream if you're new, guys. Subscribe to the channel.
Develop here for NRG on the attack side.
Maths पढ़ने आया हूँ. मेरे stream पे तू maths पढ़ने आया है. बेशरम.
Also come out with something on his own, which is why we're seeing him very, very vocal with this team right now.
Mata topping the charts for the side of NRG at 16-13. Aspas there on the other side with Zach in that double duelist composition is working for MIBR. It's just now that NRG is figuring it out. They're able to scrape the rounds back in their favor. The attack side is much more brutal.
So let's bring the Copian back.
Good morning दोस्तों. Good morning. Good morning.
Going at a timeout.
आज एग्जाम है और आपका स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ. क्या बात है?
On
yes, Zildivil, अभी तो सो जाऊंगा भाई मैं.
We have Aspas now with the operator, and he's taking forward lines.
Yeah.
And what he does very well, or did very well in Corrode, was also just utilizing the kit of the Waylay to disrespect the walls, the smokes, go for a pick, and just
only weak people need sleep. I am weak.
Here on this jet, if they choose to do so. And so far with his position, it almost seems like he's looking for a mid double doors peek down here. He'll be passive instead, though.
He doesn't know which way he wants to put it.
After hearing the drone, though, he's...
Yeah.
आसपास ऑप मिड लगाया रहा है.
Knowing the right side of the site has been taken each time, right?
Oh.
By NRG, they really haven't had too much care about the left with this wall that they're putting up until they go mid-site, bombs planted, and they can spread out here. Now they start to traverse that wall. They know he has the operator, and he gets out of there right quick to the help of Zekin.
Zekin gets one, bruh. Nah, Tex hug diya na, bhai.
Aspas goes down
Nah.
to
Oh, nice kill.
Mazzino has to push up, but he knows that NRG has gained so much ground now, and they're basically in his face at yellow. Oh, Brock gets the turn. It doesn't work.
I mean, he stayed on the right side of the wall. He should have heard that TP.
Yeah. Verno comes
क्या
back.
हगेला है भाई.
All of this.
Bro, ये 3v1 था अभी.
The Viper walls not going up
Oh,
at this
nice.
point as Mazzino clears another one out.
Bro, thank God they saved the round. नहीं तो Zekin को आगमन टपली था.
And that's the 11th round.
What the hell was this?
Capitalizing after their timeouts, Vance.
Talk about upgrades now for the roster of MIBR. Mazzino,
क्या बोल रहे हैं?
who's been so good
ने भी whiff किया,
as
Zekin ने
that
भी
flex
whiff
role
किया.
for the team. Even though there was a small mistake from Zekin on that side, look at that. He's on the right side of the wall. He heard the TP out, but it's LAN, you know. So he loses that fight.
Whiffed and it's fine. We both whiffed and still won.
There you go. It had to come down to Verno and Mazzino going for hero plays. The slow scale up, catching their
निकाला भाई Mazzino ने
and putting MIBR in what should have been an impossible scenario to win.
सीधा मैच पॉइंट पे जाएंगे.
वही भाई मोमेंटम वाला शॉट था ना ये तो.
Over the champions of 2025 of NRG.
अरे भाई. Bro.
Two kills closer.
Gross off the rip. Oh my God.
Oh no.
भाई क्या timing.
Zekin takes down Kiko. And they're still pushing from the outside of the map. You can see Aspas has an offline on the rest of it, so they are not even worried about this round. MIBR breathe a sigh of relief that they can clap back now this hard after their timeout.
You have Aspas on the flank too, so they are pinned.
They are cooked.
One shot, giving that up. Scuba could do a bit of damage here, but this one is just going to play out in the favor of MIBR.
Just saw him.
Verno player तो है भाई.
Waiting for the repeat of Verno, and that could start snowballing things for the duo of Scuba and Mata to work this site.
और बोलो one sided. Sorry यार. ओबे इसको देख. इसको देख आगे चले गया है. ना राउंड घुमा दी. पिट लगा. अयो हग दिया. अरे रे भाई.
Oh, it's always at the last split second for these rounds between these two teams. They have to act and react to each other so quick in these situations.
That was such a nice attempt by Scuba as well. The pit and stays outside of it, knowing and thinking actually that somebody would be swinging through double doors. He reads it perfectly.
उसकी गलती थोड़ी है, उसके teammate सवाल से मर गए.
Onto Mazzino, who has gone 2 double crucial kills in 2 rounds to keep MIBR at the forefront. Map and series point for the Brazilian organization. NRG still has money to work with, but they also have to try to work towards the pit if they decide the A side.
Oh, Brock ult.
So now this allows MIBR to funnel energy towards the B side hit where the up is currently posted from Aspas. Drone does the same thing. They're doing everything they can to utilize utility to force the players towards this B line. And look at that, it's a cancel by energy. The call back from Ethan to group up and go for a mid take and just to leave that pit up inside A. And once again, going for potentially that pistol round of flipping that site and fight back towards that spawn on the A site.
Pushing through double door is stopped. A little bit of a one-way put up on top of mid doors here.
This could be a second phase too. Could be a drone into the ult just to flush them out and pinch them right through the double doors after. Doesn't spot anybody.
Bro.
Didn't see anybody, you're right. A few
What is that recon?
That lockdown. Not the first time we've seen him do that, as he gets a quick bunny hop to safety as well. Keeps his gun
Bro, what?
tightly.
Oh, you look around it. Well played, Zekken, bhai. Well played, Zekken.
Was able to just mill about in that Viper's pit now. 3 left standing here as MIBR look to finish this game on to the third map of the series. Mata to even the score.
अगदिया मजीनो बे उसका तो एम चल रहा था अब माड़ा एकदम लेट खेल सकता है भाई एकदम लेट oh he's going main
Ethan goes for a bit of a spam there.
Bro, Zekken को आइडिया नहीं वो ओके आइडिया है वाओ कोई तो मैप पे पिंग किया भाई लास्ट मोमेंट पे तब भी उसने देखा Oh, they're playing double over there.
And Ethan, no. Still trying to hold the spike. One peek has to happen, and now
Bro.
it's only going to be Ethan left alive. The captain to bring him into another round to keep him alive. He's got it's almost a lineup, but it's Zekken to capitalize for MIBR. The super dream is alive.
Oh my God, bro.
At .39, down to the wire. But MIBR stay composed to knock down the champs of 2025.
Crazy way.
That they are here to just easily qualify to Master
लेकिन था close game था बे.
Representative that we may have
close
now for
game
the Americas.
हाँ भाई.
हगा इन लोग ने भाई. जो हगा इन लोग ने.
The tough map one.
ठीक है चलो भाई. Oh my God. हाँ?
दूसरा नहीं देख रहे?
अरे यार भग गई है मेरी.
Okay bro, sleep well.
Yep, good night. चलो भाइयों. Good night. मिलते हैं अपन 1:30 को. In VCT Pacific. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.